That's about as American as it gets, bro.
It's America.
Is this thing on?
Check 1 2 1 2.
It's fucking crazy.
They're invincible, indestructible, and he's living for like 10,000 years.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hunt for Greatness podcast.
Yeah, we good, bro. That thing works now. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with it.
All right, bada bing, bada boom.
What's up, folks?
Woo!
Got Dirty F. White on the Hunt for Greatness podcast tonight. My man. One of my favorite guests,
Hey,
by the way.
I appreciate that, man.
We get weird.
That's honor. Oh, yeah. That's all we know how to do.
We get weird even in the with the text. You know what? You know what I like about you? I feel like I can say
dirty
some
pictures out.
I like whenever I can say whatever like weird shit to somebody and not feel like they're judging me. And really, you just jump on the bus with me, honestly. You jump on the weird bus right with me.
I'm trying to sit on the back of the weird bus, man.
You're there.
I feel like the realest of
there.
the real sit on in the back of the weird bus.
Smoking with the window cracked. Smoking that alien shit.
What's that smell back there? Don't worry about it, Mr. Johnson. We all right.
Bro, if you didn't smoke on the back of the bus growing up, I can't fuck with you. Okay? We smoked on the back of the bus.
If you didn't sit in the back of the bus,
I can't fuck with you.
I can't fuck with you. If you sat up front behind the goddamn teacher or the bus
we
driver,
talk shit about you.
Yeah.
You were the one we talked shit about when
Randy up there
sucking up to Miss
sitting behind
Smith.
Right.
Fucking Randy.
I know who's gonna be cleaning out the classroom tonight.
Kissing ass. Old kiss ass Randy. What was high school like for you, bro? Like, what was it like?
Well, see, and you know, that's the irony about this. And you're going to hate me for saying this, but it's about to come out. You said we're getting on the weird train.
Let's get on it.
My high school experience was kind of almost a lack thereof, in the sense that I was homeschooled.
Were you?
I grew up on a farm.
You told me that.
I grew up as close to Amish as you can be without actually having to drive like horses and buggies and do shit like that. Like we weren't allowed to wear shirts with logos on them because that was advertising for a heathen company.
Wait, what? Like weren't allowed? You're talking about by your parents?
Yeah. Oh,
okay,
yeah. We lived on 17 acres. Me and my 4 little brothers.
What?
We ate everything out of the garden. We didn't have a TV. We didn't have computers. We didn't have internet.
You told me you were. Okay, look, y'all need to check out the last podcast we did because we talked a little bit about you finding some books.
Yeah.
You were looking for you wanted to read this one book or something. I remember that vaguely. You had to hide a book.
There was a book. It was called Forbidden Cures.
Okay.
Was what it was called.
I remember.
And the whole book. Yeah, it was a big thick bound paperback. You know, a little private Christian publisher or whatever. But the whole book was about herbal supplements, essentially. Ironic coming from me. But herbal supplements, or not even just herbal, but just like natural supplements and how they affect the body's chemistry. And like it was just a whole bunch of science shit. And full disclosure, I was less interested in the science shit and more interested in the stories that came along with it, because part of that book was they broke down like the whole world's history of serial killers in that book, almost as proof that, you know, these types of deficiencies result in certain types of behavior. You remember the study that said how NFL players that suffer the massive brain injuries that come out and have violent tendencies, you know, after they get dismissed and stuff.
Yeah,
it's kind of along
like
the same
Aaron Hernandez.
Logic of right.
Did you watch that documentary about him?
No, I haven't.
Pretty interesting about the CTE
kept up
and
with the whole
thing. Like what you're talking about.
Yeah. So it's the same line of reasoning. Basically, the book just outlined, hey, these foods contain these chemicals that are found naturally in the body, and they need to be consumed to maintain those levels.
Holy shit.
If you don't, people will go crazy. So then they start talking about serial killers.
So they're linking food to people going and murdering people.
Yeah, like the Red River Killer. All right. Anthony, I think his name was Cheklich or something like that. You look him up, the Red River Killer. Yeah, he was in Russia, and he killed vagrant boys that used to ride the train. Records say he's like sodomized them and did a whole bunch of terrible stuff, but the main point, they couldn't prove a whole lot of that. What they could prove, though, that this dude racked up hundreds of bodies. He would lurk around the train station.
And he didn't eat his beats.
Well, not only that, is no one would ever like come after him, because everybody who he's killing, these were runaway boys that were like had the rucksacks running, you know, riding the train. So he could kill them with no one's going to come looking for these fucking kids. You know what I mean?
But deficiency, though, is linked to that.
He would eat them. He was eating them.
Eating the kids.
Yeah, he was eating them. So the whole point behind the book, obviously this is a long rabbit trail that we're down, but the whole point of the book was just to say, you know, this guy was eating kids because his body was subconsciously craving a certain type of mineral that could only be found in human consumption.
Shit.
He was supposed to be getting it from this food over here, but he wasn't eating this food over here, so his
Oh
body's
my
response was
God.
to eat people.
Because of the endogenous
Yeah.
chemicals and hormones that you have in your body that your body craves, like
when cows-
protein.
yeah.
Like I crave, like I want to eat a steak.
Mhm.
I eat fucking like 2 steaks a week straight up.
You should.
And like I want to. Like
Yeah.
I want to eat that fucking
Fish. Fish is
Yeah,
really
I love
important.
eating fish.
Yeah, fish is really important.
Yeah.
But it's just like, you know how a cow will go to a salt lick?
Yeah.
No one
Or a deer.
no
Deer
one
doesn't.
tells them to lick a fucking block of salt.
They just
There's a
crave
block of
that.
sock out there, they'll lick the hell out of it. You know what I mean? And so our human bodies are very much the same way. So my parents, even though it was in their, I guess in their minds, it made sense to bring in these books about health and natural remedies because that's what they were all about. Like
Right.
their whole existence was based on that. But the actuality of that was I ended up reading some shit that I wasn't supposed to get my hands on. And
Like
so-
about the serial killers.
Yeah, yeah.
And it kind of fucked you up.
Well, I mean, you know, I've always been a little morbid. But
Me
my
too.
parents made a point of it to like get that book and get rid of it. You know what I mean? And like it disappeared one day from the house, and I like was too like skittish to ask my mom about it because then it would be obvious that I had been like poring over this book. I mean, this was literally a book. Like I know it sounds crazy, but this was literally a book. Hey, what the fuck is that? Let's go, Irish Nation! But yeah, it's fucking.
So they took the book.
Yeah, they got rid of it. They dismissed that shit. Disappeared like the fucking without a trace. So you know.
So they knew you were reading it. They knew you were reading
I
it.
got one. Yeah, well, I'm assuming they. I mean, this is a book that I would get up out of my bed at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning when everything was still in the house, and like a lot of kids go to the kitchen and get snacks
And jerk off.
and jerk off.
Do they, or was that
As a
just
kid,
me? Oh,
were you jerking off and getting snacks at the same time? It's like,
snacks while I
in
jerk
what
off,
order,
dude? Both. It's
Got me
simultaneously.
a PB and J.
So what your point is that your family kind of they let you have certain things and exposed you to certain things, and it wasn't like this free for all.
Yeah, well, they never intended to like obviously wanted me to read that book. I would assume, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
my
but-
mom, I guess any given parent could make the assumption that a kid is not going to naturally like scour the entire house for every bit of reading material that exists.
So
if that
you were
makes sense.
homeschooled.
I had nothing else to do. I had no TV. I had no laptop. I had no friends. I had no cell phone. I had no
Holy
text
shit.
messages. I had no anything.
So this was high school for you?
What does a 14-year-old kid do with the amount of, you know what I mean, firepower that I had between my ears at the time? You know what I mean? Like years of smoking and drinking have dulled that back substantially. But at the time, you know what I mean, it was a burning fire in here. You know what I mean? I needed something to put on there. And I used to get up in the middle of the night, 2, 3 in the morning sometimes, and I would tiptoe into the kitchen. Where the bookshelf was, or like it was close to the kitchen, like towards the kitchen, and I would, go to this bookshelf and I'd make Forbidden Cures, and I would go lay in my bed and like turn my little tiny reading lamp on and lay in my bed and like get tingles, like get shivers, like that was my equivalent of a horror movie. You know what I mean? Like I would lay there and read these
Because
books.
you didn't have a horror
It
movie.
wasn't even a horror novel. It wasn't even written
Still
in
scary,
fantastical
though.
ways. You know what I mean? Like he crept down the hallway. There was none of that. Like a typical horror movie. It wasn't a Stephen King book or anything. This is a fucking book that says body was deficient in vitamin B12, so Anthony
ate little kids.
Cheklik went and ate whatever, and it would describe, in details, you know what I mean, things that were obviously relevant to the topic, you know what I mean?
Right.
But it was incredible.
You seem
to me.
kind of like a bookworm. Are you a bookworm?
Dude, it was bad. Well, not anymore. That's the thing. So like
You
now
seem like
now we have the
you
internet.
are.
So now I just read tons of stuff online.
Do you?
I Google tons of shit, and I'm always reading. I'm
What
always
type
reading
of
something,
stuff are
but
you?
as far as
What are you
books.
googling? Just random shit, or like what interests you, man? Because this is the type of shit people don't like. Somebody wouldn't look at you or hear your music and ever think that you were homeschooled on a goddamn farm in Amish land. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, come on,
Wasn't
man.
that far away? It was just over the hill.
Was it? Oh yeah, you said
Delco,
Regalwood.
dude.
Delco, yeah, that's
like
right.
30 minutes away, man. It's amazing what you'll find in some of those holes in the walls, man. But
Like, what interests you now? Like, what are you reading about?
the majority of the stuff that I read now is probably like the mainstays would probably be music marketing. You know what I mean?
So you're
Like
learning like business.
mixing stuff like that, how to use Facebook marketing, how to properly promote and find demographics, how to hone down stuff like that. Like I've been working pretty heavily on that type of stuff. Random things that I like to Google.
Like, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
I like to Google. I've been really obsessed with World War II aircraft
Damn, that's pretty fucking dope.
for the
I
past
like it.
probably 4 months or so, and not to really like plug anybody else's shit. We're here to talk about us, Hunt for Greatness and Dirty White. But to do a random plug, there's a channel on YouTube that I cannot stop watching. I'm addicted. I can't
What
stop
is
it. It's
it,
called
dude?
Dark
Where's my
Docs.
I gotta
It's
add
called
it right now.
Dark Docs. The dude's like, he sounds like he's mumbling through a mouthful of syrup. Like the narrator tickles me the way his voice is. He's just got the funniest voice.
Dark, DARK,
Yeah,
DOCS.
Yeah, Dark Docs on YouTube, and it's all about like
Oh yeah, yeah. This
conspiracies, like World War
Count
II
me
shit,
in.
how you know what I mean, experiments they did, like, and then there's a side shoot channel that's called Dark Skies. It's the same exact guy, same exact channel. It's just specifically about aircraft. So I mentioned Dark Docs because it's the main channel, but Dark Skies is really the ones that I spend most of my hours on listening. Just talking about the development of different aircraft. I mean, there was literally a time during the late '60s that the Air Force literally worked, or some developers literally worked on a flying saucer.
Holy
It
shit!
was supposed to go places. It just had a lot of developmental problems, and I mean, realistically speaking, the way that the atmosphere works and the way that wings work, it just was doomed to failure from the beginning.
Well, like our propulsion systems are like jet fueled. They're like jet fuel propulsion systems, so they're not really meant to lift up in like what you're saying. Like, it's not really aerodynamic or like jet propelled. It's got to be an anti-gravity propelled.
It's got to have
system.
some sort of deeper. Yeah, correct.
It's got to move gravity, basically.
Right.
To like, and we don't have anything like
Or at
that.
least
Supposedly, we don't have anything like that.
Yeah, if you want to, that's another. Once again,
Have you ever heard of Element 115?
No. What is that?
All right, so there's this dude. There's a documentary on. It's either Netflix or Amazon, and it's about a guy. Fuck, what's his name, dude? Anyway, he was a scientist. He was a physicist or some shit.
Okay.
And he was working at not Area 51, but Area 62 or something. It's like Area 51, and he kind of said fuck this and dipped out and was like, went to the news and was like, hey, they got 5 or 6 crafts that are not of this world, and I've seen them with my own eyes. And Bob Lazar, his name's Bob Lazar, and it's a fucking such an interesting documentary. But anyway, he supposedly, there's no like proof, but supposedly he stole this Element 115 and had a small amount of it, and it's an element that moves gravity. So it's an like anti-gravity propulsion system, basically, and that is what he's saying. Like these little tic-tac aircrafts or UFOs that people are coming up with videos of now, he's saying that's what propels these things, and that's why they move in ways that
Aren't predictable.
They're not predictable, and they're not like of this world.
They're not logical, yeah.
And they're not anything that we've ever seen before. But he's saying this element is something that we supposedly don't have access to, but he's saying
probably something that they pulled out of one of those.
Exactly. He's saying one of these things came down, and they're trying to, what did he say, reverse engineer it. So they bring this fucking spacecraft down, and they take people like Bob Lazar, who's super fucking smart, and try to reverse engineer it. So, like, instead of building it, like, unbuild it so they can figure out how it's built.
Yeah.
But they haven't been able to do that, supposedly. And I don't know how true any of this shit is, but the dude doesn't seem like a liar. And it's a great fucking documentary. I can't remember the name of it, but it's Bob Lazar, and it's on Netflix.
I'm gonna have to Google that shit.
It's on Netflix or Amazon, but him and the guy Jeremy Renner or something like that, the director of it, have been on Joe Rogan, and it is fucking insane. That podcast is insane.
Yeah.
Like, dude doesn't sound like he's lying. He has no reason to lie, and he doesn't want to be in the spotlight. You know how people make up shit?
The reluctance, yeah.
To try to get in the spotlight or to be, like, interesting when they're really fucking not.
Yeah.
But, like, you've been abducted by an alien or seen something, so that makes you interesting. I don't know. He doesn't seem like that. He doesn't seem like that type of guy.
I wonder if there's, like, some sort of protocol amongst, like, whistleblowers.
Like from Area
how
51.
Can you possibly, I don't know. To me, maybe it's just the skepticism speaking.
They deleted all of his college shit. So, like, he said he went to a certain college, and they made him, they basically made him look uncredible. Like the CIA or whoever it was, not the CIA, but whoever the fuck runs Area 51, against the FBI.
Well, that answers my question. That's my point.
Yeah.
As a whistleblower,
They literally did that to him. They made him look like a liar. So they took his fucking...
Revoked all his degrees and shit.
They just took him all out of the computer and, like, made it look like he never went to college and never did any of the shit that he said he did. They took all of his credibility. So instead of killing him like Hillary Clinton did Jeffrey Epstein...
That's what I was about to say. That's
instead
my
of killing
point.
him... Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm hoping I'm answering your question a little bit.
Yeah, that's...
But they did that. You need to watch the documentary. It's an hour and a half. It's fucking fantastic, dude. It's fantastic. And it's I can't remember the name of it.
Ah, damn, Bob Lazar. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I'll send you the name.
I was about to say
of
I
it.
would put it down in my phone, but
I'll send you the name of the
documentary.
documentary whenever
Good
we get
Lord.
off. But yeah, you'll like that one. If you're into like dark conspiracy.
Yeah, I love that shit.
And shit that's not like way too far fetched where you're like that could never happen.
Yeah.
See, I
so
like
that's-
where there's like a chance. Like, so you're saying there's a chance.
Right.
Like, I want there to be a chance.
Well, I like Batman.
Dude, I love Batman's my favorite superhero. He's
Because
a normal fucking guy.
Everybody's like, "Oh, Superman's the tits." Bro,
No.
he's a fucking alien. Fuck that. But
Batman
Batman
is
is
like
a
us.
well-funded
Yeah.
karate chopping ass motherfucker.
God damn it. I feel the same way, bro, because my kid loves
Batman could really exist.
My kid loves Spider-Man.
Spider-Man
I'm
could
like,
never exist.
okay, cool. I like Spider-Man too. Spider-Man
But it's
Enter the
far-fetched.
Spider-Verse, though. Have you seen that?
It's a good movie.
It's fucking dope.
It's a good movie.
All right, so
The animation was dope.
But I feel the same way about Batman.
Yeah.
It's
That-
a normal ass
It's
dude.
credible.
He was a fucking orphan, and he fucking came into
Fucking
money.
Elon Musk could be Batman.
Yes, it might be.
My point being is, if you well-funded, a billionaire,
money, you can do anything.
you know what I mean? Iron Man is another great example of
I
that.
love Iron Man.
Iron Man's
I was
really dope.
always a
That's
good-
plausible.
Yeah,
That's
Tony
plausible.
fucking Stark.
Remember when
dude.
old boy was like, what was it? I think Captain America. He was like, without that suit, what are you? Tony snapped back so fucking quick.
What'd
He's
he
like
say?
billionaire, philanthropist, playboy. I was like, oh, God
Dude,
damn,
there's no
man.
other
Shit on him.
there's no
Come on,
other
Tony.
Iron Man than
Come on, Tony.
Robert Downey Jr., bro. There is no other Iron Man. Nobody could ever be it, I don't think.
Whoever cast
just
that
like
man
old
was a
buddy that
$1 million
fucking
fucking-
was Black Panther died, you know?
Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, just like he
that's
fucking died.
sad, man.
Bro, that's sad.
R.I.P. Chadwick, man.
Bro,
Shit.
that movie is fucking. That
R.I.P.
movie was
Chadwick.
dope too. I didn't think I was gonna like it that much.
They
'cause
even
I-
used it for the Hyundai commercial. Remember they had him ripping the roof off of a Hyundai?
Oh,
Wasn't it
yeah,
Hyundai? I think it was Hyundai.
yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised. Like, damn,
That
he
movie
even
was
got his own Hyundai
That
commercial.
movie was good, and I hate that fucking guy died, man. He was a hell of a damn actor
Yeah, he
too.
was. He didn't look too sharp right up towards the end, though. I mean,
didn't
I'm not.
notice,
You know
bro.
what I
I
mean?
didn't
I'm not.
notice.
Yeah, I saw some pictures of him. There was some pictures of some live videos that he had done to, support the Black Lives Matter movement when all that,
Yeah.
initially when it started to really overflow. You know what I mean? Some months back, like he was, doing some. He was doing some lives in support of that, and I was watching a couple of them, and I mean, he was in good spirits. But he definitely, you know what I'm saying, on the fucking Black Panther. My
He
boy
was jacked.
He was cock diesel. You
He
know
was
what I'm saying?
fucking
And,
ripped.
on some of those lives, like he looked like he'd been eating Rice Krispies for the past 6 months, and I was like, oh man, because some actors just do that. They don't have to be giant for a film. I
Right.
mean, you know what I mean. Speaking of Batman, obviously that's another great example.
Christian
Christian
Bale.
I mean,
Yeah,
he
he
went
got
from like
jacked.
he was in The Machinist. He was a fucking skeleton, bro. You know what I mean?
And
then,
what was the other one?
pops up in
Warrior.
Batman
He was in. He
Begins,
was a
and
crackhead.
Yeah, same.
Was it Warrior?
No,
Yeah.
it was called something else, but I know what you're talking
It's
about.
like the fighter boxer movie.
What was
He
the
was a
name?
crackhead in there, but
Yeah,
he was fucking jacked. So was Tom Hardy, dude, for Batman.
Bane.
Jacked.
That was a big motherfucker.
That's roids, bro.
I mean, no homo, but I'll
That's
never forget when he jumped
steroids,
off that
bro.
fucking ledge and let himself down that fucking chain like it wasn't
Oh,
shit,
my
bro. And
God.
he just controlled that whole motion.
Bro, if you do that,
I'd
I'm
have
running.
slid down that bitch.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
if-
He let himself down like hand by hand. I
If
was like,
you
bro.
do that and we're about to fight, I'm running.
Yeah, it's over with. All right, you
Catch
win.
me if you
Yo.
can, you big motherfucker. Bring that 250-pound of
Oh,
muscle
God,
running.
'cause
I'm
I
running
swear I'm
fast.
about to juke the shit out of your ass.
I forgot about that part. That was
Yeah, He
fucking.
jumped off the ledge and said, "Voop."
Dude, how badass were those movies, bro? Those Batman movies with Christian Bale.
The Dark Knight series.
Come on,
fucking
man.
greatest trilogy of
Come
movies in the
on,
history
man.
of movies, in my
Fucking
opinion.
goddamn, the Joker. Who was that?
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger as the Joker.
Heath Ledger, man.
Come on,
Fucking
man.
Yeah, man. Why so serious?
Dude,
The whole fucking
how
section.
great was he as the Joker?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a cool
fuck yeah.
fucking tap.
Yeah, it's I forget what the hell it's called. It's a special word.
It looks like a brain almost.
Photos that are made up of words, but you can
That's
read it, right?
cool,
Why so serious?
dude.
And then
Yeah.
Ha, 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 and then there's some fucking mouth and shit. Yeah.
Who
shout
did
out,
that?
shout out to Nick Males at Jade Monkey.
Nick Males.
Yeah.
That's
He made it
shit's
look
dope.
badass. I got it years ago from some shitty dude in a shed. I got the
And he-
outline.
really?
And,
And
I
he
took it
did-
to
made
Nick,
it look
and
like
Nick
that?
like actually came back and like made it blossom. I mean, that shit just took form after that.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. Did I ever show you my damn? Speaking of tattoos, we could sit here and tattoo. You got a whole bunch of shit we could fucking talk about. But I got a big ass portrait of Bob Ross.
When did you get this?
As a zombie. He's a zombie.
When did you get this?
It's been
like recent,
like 4 months ago, probably. Now.
Oh, recent? Can you
it's
get
huge.
your leg
it's the
out?
whole back of my thigh.
Can you get the leg out?
My calf. I don't know, probably.
I know you got skinny jeans on, Dirty White. I know you got skinny jeans on, Dirty White. Yeah, I want to check this thing out. Bob Ross as a fucking zombie with an arm painting. Oh my God. He ripped somebody's arm off and he's painting happy trees with it. Oh my God. Who did that, bro? I thought my Richard Petty calf tat was cool, but that is fucking cool right there, son.
I appreciate that. No, I can't hate on the king, man. Petty is a fucking goat.
That is cool.
Bob is a goat too, though. You know what I'm
Bob's a
saying?
goat, dude. I'd like to see him square up, both of them. Bob was a badass.
Bob
wasn't he
Bob
a
was
Marine,
fucking
a SEAL?
Vietnam sniper, bro.
Bro.
Him and Mr. Rogers both. Both
Dude.
of them motherfuckers was hard body.
Have you heard a rapper called Prof?
PROF?
Yeah.
He's like a skinny white dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have
yeah.
you seen his Mr. Rogers music video he did?
No, what?
Fucking hilarious.
Okay,
I'll send you that. I'll send you that and the Bible Czar
I gotta
thing,
see
dude.
that, yeah. You
Yeah, he
guys-
could rap. I don't know how you feel
Prop
about him.
Prop is dope. I haven't listened. Not like I've like perused his whole
His
entire
fucking
calendar,
the
but
way he does like goes with the beat and shit is. What you got? You got some new
little
shit coming
swing
out?
delivery.
Is that what you were just talking about?
Oh yeah, yeah. Me and Prof got a song together. How fire would
I
that
wanna
be?
meet
though?
him.
How fire would that be?
Bring him on the podcast.
Hey, look, I'm just a little shout out too, man. I got this one song, man. I haven't released it. I don't know why I'm still sitting on it. But have you ever heard of Sugar Tongue Slim? STS.
Sounds familiar.
I have to send you a link of his. He's from Atlanta. He
Sugar
reminds me
Tongue
of
Slim.
He reminds me of Andre 3K, the way his voice sounds.
Love Andre 3000.
He's got like the
One of
kind
the greatest of all
delivery,
time.
but super dope is my point. STS. But anyhow, he's probably like honestly my favorite story to tell from hip hop, just because it's one of those things that I never thought would have happened. You ever been a fan? You ever been like a really fervent fan of like an underground rapper?
Right here, this guy right here. Big fan.
I'm honored.
Fanboy. But yeah.
It's
Like,
like,
Big
imagine
Crit
if
was
you were, like-
underground for a while.
Right.
And then
So,
kind of.
That's great that to reference my buddy Breeze. Shout out Breeze, by the way. I hope you're watching. But so imagine if Breeze got a feature for Big Crit. That's how I felt.
He
because-
loves Big Crit.
Facts.
He
And
loves him.
my dude Jake, this guy legit, shout out legit, that I used to work with at old screen print shop. He put me on to this dude like fucking 6 years ago. He's like, dude, this guy STS from Atlanta is fucking dope. At the time, he had like 6,000 followers on Spotify. You know what I mean? Which is not like a huge amount in the grand scheme of things. You know what I mean? That's way back then. I'm sure he has a ton more
Yeah.
now. I listen to him on. I just
want to get on some of the shit you're on. That's why I'm adding
he's
it.
fire, dude. STS, go to YouTube if you want to really actually like, because his
Yeah.
visuals are super dope too, man. He's got some old school cars and shit in his videos. He's super dope. But yeah, so my boy Jake put me on to STS. He's like, dude, STS is so dope. Oh, he's so nice. And I started listening to him. I'm like, yeah, he is. His music is so fire. Oh my god, it's like a lot of old school samples. Like, he's got this producer. A producer he works with names. His name is RJD2, like a play on R2D2 or whatever. And he does like all these really warm like brass samples. And like he's got the song called "Doing It Right" is like his little like his favorite song of mine, probably honestly. But all that to say, like I was listening to this dude regularly, never thinking that I would
For
ever
6
meet
years.
him, never thinking that I would ever whatever. I go to fucking Atlanta. Couple weekends in a row, me and Breeze and like Coley were like hitting the road pretty heavily with a bunch of some folks, and then I decide this one weekend I'm going down for, I want to say it was New Year's. I went down and performed at a barbershop on Edgewood. This dude had me come and sing, do like a whole it's like a formal performance, like I dressed up in a suit and everything. So while I'm down there, I hit my boy UTK, University King, who was from LA. Who I knew was going to be in Atlanta at the time. I hit him up. I was like, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? Let's do a song together. He's like, yeah, I'm super down. So we link up at the studio and whatnot. So before we even got to the studio, I'm on my phone, like, taking pictures in Atlanta. I'm all psyched to be in Atlanta, you know what I mean? So I'm on my fucking social media, sharing it up. Fucking Slim hits me. I had already hit him a couple times in his DMs, told him how much I liked his music. He hadn't replied, you know what I mean, a whole lot, like just kind of, the first time he ever replied to me, I thought was just like, that was amazing enough, you know what I mean, to me, like I hit him up, I was like, bro, you're the dopest, like I love your shit, and like he didn't read it for some months, you know what I mean, but then he finally hit me back, he's like, yo, I appreciate that, man, you know what I'm saying, thank you for the support.
And you're like, holy shit.
I was already, my mind was blown. I was like, ah.
Yeah.
I went the next day and was like bragging to my buddy. I was like, oh, Jake,
I
look,
do the same
Slim
shit.
fucking replied to me. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I fucking get in Atlanta. I hit this dude Slim up. I'm like, man, I'm in Atlanta. I'm like, I don't know if you're around, but I would love to get a feature from you. What's your price? And we haggled out a price, and I actually had the money. This dude, no cap, pulls up in a fucking Mercedes to the studio.
Oh, my God.
Vision Studios, where I was at.
So
And he
you're there
came
with
in,
your boy from L.A.
Me,
And you're just cutting some shit with him.
UTK, we're dropping. As a matter of fact, if you listen
You got
to
a
my
lighter?
shit, yeah.
So you fucking hit this guy up, and he fucking... So, all right, how long does it take you to haggle with this dude?
Well, so I'm telling the story like
Thank you.
in expedited form. We talked over the idea of it for probably a day or a day and a half. You know what I mean?
So
Like,
you're just in Atlanta.
yeah, I was just in Atlanta. I'm like, yo, I'm here. What's the move? You
In
know
the
what I mean?
studio,
A couple hours
doing
later,
work.
he's like, yeah, I'm at the crib. Whatever. What are you doing? So we just kind of back and forth over the
Yeah.
course of like a day and a half or so. And I'm like, man, I'm about to go to Vision tonight. You trying to link up? And he was like, yeah. So I knew he was coming before I got to the studio. I knew it was going to be a doubleheader. I got there. My boy Universe, he pulled up right on time. We fucking dropped. As a matter of fact, you ever heard that song Breaking Bread on my page? Breaking bread with my brethren. That's how Jesus say.
I want to hear it now.
Anyhow,
I don't get on
It's
shit
a
no
slapper.
more, really.
It sounds good. It's pretty dope. But shout out to Mike, man. Mike mixed it. But so we dropped that, and then this guy comes, Slim. He comes to the fucking studio. And he drops a verse on my shit, and believe it or not, I haven't dropped it. I don't even know what to do with it. Like my
So you
manager's-
just got this shit just chilling.
my manager's got it. I'm talking to her. I'm like, man, when are we gonna drop this song? She's like, we need to put budget behind it. We've been talking about
Like
how we're
she's
gonna
saying-
actually approach it. You know
She's
what I mean?
saying like push some money behind it to get it
yeah,
out.
because it's a good song. It's a good fucking song. But it's
Can
just
I
like,
get it like a snippet or something?
to
Can
me,
you give
it was
me a
like,
fucking? Can you give me something? Give me
yeah,
anything.
it's on
No,
my
from
phone
you.
if
No,
I
I
have
just
to-
want to hear you tell me something about the song.
Oh, so
Give me something.
Well, yeah. Well, what's great about the song is it's like an anti-violence song. You know what I mean? And so it kind of talks about like when are we gonna learn? You know what I mean? Like when are we gonna stop shooting each other and killing each other and this type of thing? And it's all acoustic. Got some nice drums and stuff. Like it's well produced, but it's just really it's really like acoustic driven with the guitar and stuff. And it's just like a really great, like it's a good message. But it's also
Yeah, I
got like a
like
feel
that.
good vibe to it. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
Like,
so this dude pulls up in the walk me through this whole thing.
yeah. So
So you haggle out a price with him. Boom.
we talked about shit, and I'm like, I'm gonna be there tonight. He's like, all right, I'm gonna pull up on you. I'm like, about what time? You know what I mean? To give me and Universe time to work, because Universe already had his verse written. I didn't know what Slim was gonna do. He had the instrumental, but I didn't know how he works. A lot of artists are different. I work with some artists who will be like, send me the beat 2 weeks ahead of time, and then you get to the studio, and they've got a whole verse. That was Universe.
So you send Sugar Tongue Slim the beat.
yeah,
And you're like, I want you to
he had
feature.
the beat for like 2 days.
He had the beat for 2 days, and you're like, I want you to feature on this beat, but you already know what you're gonna do on that beat.
yeah.
So you've been knowing what you're gonna do on that
Well,
beat.
I had the hook, and that's the craziest part, is that the verse to that song I didn't even write until we were in Atlanta. I literally wrote that verse.
So it was like this. I'm in Atlanta. Fucking this dude's
it
about to
gets the
really
shit
come
flowing.
through.
It
yeah.
really gets the vibe
Yeah,
flowing. and
I
shit.
see what
And
you're
when
saying.
you can do that, you know what I mean? Like it really starts to unlock some stuff. And I just didn't think too much about it. I just sat down and wrote what I felt. Believe it or not, once again, shout out to Breeze, my boy Breeze, and I forget who he was with. I want to say he had a girl with him. But they went into this little boutique that sold all this like dope ass like exclusive merch and shit. It's like one of those little dives in Atlanta that you find that you can get sneakers where you can't get these sneakers anywhere
Yeah.
else type deal. Breeze, a fucking fashion head. So he immediately ducks in there. I didn't really care too much about it. My mind was on the music. I knew that night I was going to the studio, and I still don't have a first verse for the song that Sugar
Yeah.
Tongue Slim is going to get
Yeah,
on. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like I'm like filling behind the ball. You know what I mean? And so I literally just wrote the whole verse. I remember just leaning up against the outside wall of that boutique. Breeze is just inside digging through the clothes, digging through the archives and shit. I'm outside on my phone's notepad, just fucking writing some
Right.
shit.
Are you just standing on
And,
the street
Yeah, just standing there on the street
in
corner
Atlanta?
looking around.
while
just
your
writing a
homeboy's
verse.
in there fucking digging through some fashion shit?
Breeze found some shit too. He come out with an
Oh,
arm
Breeze
full of
is a
shit.
go-getter now.
He came out with an arm full of shit. I'm like, man, what did you buy? And he's like, oh, check these out, man. It's only like 25 pairs of these made or some shit. You know what I mean, or
He
whatever. He
knows
had an
about
arm
all
full of
that
shit.
shit.
Yeah, he had an arm full of shit, man.
So you're standing on the street writing this first verse for this Sugar Tongue Slim.
Yeah, and I wrote it,
feature.
and I thought it was dope. I wasn't sure if I liked it a whole lot. I ended up doing like some semi-revisions throughout the afternoon, just tweaked some syllables, made sure everything flowed well. And when when I got to the studio that night, man, it just all fell together. Universe got his verse done. You know what I'm saying? He actually.
This is a different song that Universe is on?
Yeah, so the Breaking Bread song is what me and Universe had planned out. And
so
Universe
you're doing that song, and then Sugar Tongue Slim's coming later, and you're doing another song with him.
Yeah. Oh, I'm in Atlanta with my in-house engineer, like Mike Omobuya. Shout out to Mike. He was mixing all my shit, mixed my whole R&B album, all that shit. Point being is, the majority of the time, I was sending him files over email. So it was like a lot of impersonal, him sending me back files and me going, okay, I like this, but tweak this and this and this. Now I'm in Atlanta, on the east side of Vision Studios where Mike works. I'm like, where else am I going to go, obviously, but Mike's, you know what I mean? So I'm like, Mike, I got 2 features lined up. Can we get a spot in this, this coming week? And he's like, yeah, man, I'll bring you in, so we just went in. So me and Universe, we do our track. It's that Breaking Bread shit, and it slapped. So at that point in time, it's me, Mike, Geechee, one of the guys who owns the studio, and Universe. So then I get a call from Slim. Now think about this now, how in my head, like, I had gone from just being a fan of this guy's, listening to his Spotify going, how does he not have more fans, to this man is hitting my line, calling me up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He calls me up and he's like, hey, I'm at the studio, where am I supposed to go? And so I come outside.
Your heart just start fucking.
Yeah, I was tripping, bro. And this man walks up to me, just daps me up. Hi, good to meet you, Dirt, man. What's up? And he fucks with my music. That was the coolest thing. He told me, he's like, I'll let you pay for this, man, because I want to see if you was about it. He's like, from now on, features are free. So I can hit my man for a verse right now.
Sick.
And I'm terrified to do it, because, like, I ain't got nothing that's worthy of him yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still, like, I got to send him the right track. Like, but, so he comes in.
Damn, that's dope. He pulls up and says that to you like that.
He just came in and just dapped me up, and we went in the studio, and Universe was there. He'd already cut his verse. That whole song was pretty much done. Mike was just tweaking the mix, messing with it. So Universe comes in, and they all decided to just stay for the session. Apparently the vibes were just right. Me and Slim start talking. Universe kicks in, because obviously these are people that from around the world. You know what I mean? UTK's from fucking L.A. He's got stories. Slim's been to Germany, all over the fucking world doing this shit. He's got stories. I'm in there, a little country boy from nowhere, but somehow I was the A&R that brought all this shit together. You know what I mean? And so Slim goes in there. He drops his verse. You know what I mean? A few tries. He finally got it like he wanted it. All that good shit. And I had already recorded. Pretty much everything that I was going to do with Universe was already done. So by the time Slim went in, he had some time to kind of work on his, because I went and did my parts, like, on the song, so he could kind of be in the vibe while it was happening. You know what I mean? So I went and recorded all the hooks and shit. I wish I could play it for you, man, but it's like just basically, can I get another day before I fade away? I wish I had a guitar in here. It's like, can I get another
guitar right there.
Day? Hold on.
She ready? I was hoping you'd pull that guitar out. There's a tuner on it. It should be kind of close. Don't fucking clown me if that thing's way out of tune, though. I can play a little bit. We're about to get a damn fucking show in here, ladies and gentlemen. This is damn amazing. So you're about to play a Sugar Tongue Slim song. This is what's up right here. I just can't believe this is happening right here. Real life studio shit, people. She was way out of tune, won't she? No? Sounds good.
So it's like,
maybe pull your mic down just a little bit. Actually, I can hear the guitar pretty good.
Can I get another day before I fade away? Will you miss me when I'm gone enough to make a change? The nights without you feel so long, I don't know how I can go on. I'm saying, can I get another day? Yeah.
Damn, exclusive shit, son. That shit ain't even dropped yet, boy. That's the one you hadn't dropped yet? Damn. It sounds good on the mic, too, actually. How long you been playing guitar?
Probably like, my grandma handed me a ukulele at the age of like 12 and taught me to play Little Brown Jug. Me and my wife and the bobtail dog crossed the creek on a hickory log. The log had broken, we fell in gin, but I held tight to my little jug of gin. Oh, you and me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Used to be a bit of
yeah.
an alcoholic before I even knew about it. So after that, man, it just turned into a whole lot of shit. You know what I mean? So now it's just like I mess with like little. You know what I'm saying? Like some like little
Bluesy
blues jams
riffs,
and stuff,
yeah.
and, like, of course, you know what I'm saying? Like, and honestly, that's not too far from the song, Chloe song that I wrote for my cousin, the little
Yeah.
tribute shit that I did. May the path be clear before you. May the love that you show be your guide. And for the rest of my life, I see you when I close my eyes. I'll see you tonight at the party. 'Cause you know Nettie's looking up for you. Didn't matter where I sat at the table, 'cause you end up next to me. And I love you, and I'm sorry if I ever broke your heart. You know, some old country shit.
Damn,
That's my
Dirty
country.
F White, son. I'm glad I got you. I'm glad I got you on this podcast now before you fucking move on to bigger and better things, dude. It's a matter of time. You don't even know. I'm not trying to blow your head up, but you don't even know how many people hit me up that really don't even listen to fucking like local shit, and they're like, that dude Dirty White is good. Like the guy that pays the sponsor of this podcast loves your shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, shout out to the sponsors.
Yeah, Walmack
Shout out to
Electrical
the sponsors.
Contractors.
Hey.
Yeah, dude, and it's just cool. Like a couple of my buddies from Sanford, they're like, "Yo, send me that podcast with Dirty White on it. Or send me some of Dirty White's music." And I'm like, I mean, I know you're good. I like your music, but it's just cool that like people that don't even know who you are will hit me up and be like, "Send me this, send me this." I just think that's fucking dope. I never told you that last time we did a podcast.
Appreciate that.
Yeah,
Makes me feel good.
yeah, hell yeah.
Well, I feel like the most important part is the organicness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it's not organic,
Yeah, like not forcing it on somebody.
you fuck with Skinner.
Hell yeah, wait, dude, look at me.
Mr. Banker, Mr. Please, how much does money mean? Oh, won't you reconsider, mister? Please, won't you do just this one thing for me? I ain't got no house, I ain't got no car. All I've got, Lord, yeah, is my guitar. And you can have that, Mr. Banker. Please, won't you bury my papa for me? Well, I would not be here on my knees. Oh, Mr. Banker, yeah, it means so much to me. Oh, won't you reconsider, mister? Please, won't you do just this one thing for me? You know I ain't got no house, I ain't got no car. Oh Lord, all I've got, Lord, yeah, is my guitar. And you can have that, Mr. Banker. Please, won't you bury my papa for me?
Bro. Oh my God, I feel like I should fucking pay you money for that, bro. That's fucking beautiful. Bro, you change your voice up and everything. It sounds great. That's crazy how you know all different kinds of genres of music, and I don't know. I just think that's cool as hell. You're destined for greatness, Dirty White. You are.
I appreciate it.
You fucking are, dude.
I had a blast, dude, and I got a shout out. I got a little band that plays with me. Maybe this is too early to plug this, but I don't care. Look out for an announcement sometime in November, towards the end of November. I don't know if we're going to be doing any like physical tickets. That's the only problem for people to actually show up because of the whole COVID thing. I don't know. We might.
Fuck COVID.
My point.
Fuck
I really want to do that, but I just don't know how many people would come out. But hopefully a lot. Point being is
we're all gonna get it. We're all gonna get it.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
We're all gonna get it.
We all got to die.
We've
somewhere.
probably already had it. We're pretty much immortal.
I've been smoking since I was like 16. My lungs are ready for a challenge. I mean,
exactly.
If you thought
probably
COVID
already
was
had it, dude. You didn't even fucking know it.
Right. If you thought COVID was going to touch me, bitch, I'd be damned. That's 50 blunts that say not.
I'll take a full syringe of COVID and shoot it right into my neck vein right now, and I'll be fucking fine. Okay. So y'all are doing something in November or thinking about it?
My homeboy said he's gonna distill it and smoke it. We're gonna smoke COVID.
You'll be fine, bro. You'll be fine. Yeah. So y'all, what do you play with a band? You play guitar and shit?
Yeah. So that was the point. Is I play with a band. So I got these guys that I've been playing with. My little brother Seth plays bass. My buddy John Ward, who played solo on Whiskey Bottle, one of my songs. He's the drummer. I got my cousin Sean. Shout out Pookie, KP Colors. He plays lead guitar, and then we got my buddy Johnny that plays guitar as well. So they kind of trade off on lead and.
Are you playing any Dirty White shit, or what are you doing?
Well, that's the greatest part. Is like we've got a couple of original songs of mine down pat. We play some John Mayer, we play some Skinner, we play some fucking.
John Mayer shreds.
He does.
Okay,
and
John
everybody
Mayer
hates on him like he's a
that's
fucking.
That's why I said John Mayer and
bag.
Steve Jobs made that theme song, because you know John Mayer did all those guitar riffs on GarageBand.
Did he really?
He did. Him and Steve Jobs made that shit. Like Steve Jobs and John Mayer. John Mayer did all these fucking cool guitar riffs and shit. Yeah, dude. I mean, I could 1% possibly be wrong, but I'm 99% sure I'm right. You know? John Mayer fucking shreds. You know who else shreds? Brad fucking Paisley. Yeah. Brad Paisley fucking shreds. Shreds. It's people that you don't think about like being as virtuosos, but they are.
Oh, Brad.
They're fucking virtuosos, bro.
Brad is wild.
Yeah. I mean, you hear it's country. Nah, bitch. You know who else fucking shreds? Sturgill Simpson fucking shreds.
Who's that? See,
I'm about to change your life, bro. It's psychedelic country, and you're gonna fucking love it. There's a album called Sound and Fury, and it's not really country, but it's one of my favorite albums of all time. I've literally listened to it. It's fucking 3 years old, and I've listened to it probably 10 times this week. Because I love it. I love Sturgill. Sturgill's like, I'm a huge fan of Sturgill. But he fucking trips on fucking DMT and shit and writes songs about it and eats a bunch of mushrooms, and it's fucking beautiful. His songs are a lot about love and about how like love is. You're gonna like it for sure.
Yeah, I was about to say, it sounds like
you put me on some cool shit. I'm gonna put you on some cool shit. Yeah, you'll definitely like it. But he shreds.
Dude, that's.
He fucking shreds. Who else shreds?
Can I cry about it?
You can. Who else is an undercover shredder, dude? Because John Mayer's not really undercover, because if you ever watch any of his live shit, he fucking shreds. He goes off. But Brad Paisley, if you watch any of his live shit, he goes off too. But like, who else is like that?
And that's one thing that I think, kind of ties back to the whole live music thing, is the fact that when you get, I feel like the vibes that you're able to accomplish live are so much more significant than a studio. To me, it's like when you go in to do a studio recording, obviously your goal through the performance and the mix, even in the studio, is to be as good as you can. You know what I mean? And to go off, like do your thing. But on everything I love, like there have been some deliveries, there have been some notes that I have hit on stage with an audience looking at me. It's like you draw your power from them or something.
Energy,
like I could go right back to the studio the next night, and I'm not going to hit that fucking note. I'm not going to do it like I did it last night. Like there's been some times, as a matter of fact, in the Cava Lounge, There's been a couple of performances that I've done in the Cabo Lounge that I just came away like feeling good about that. Damn, I fucking murdered that shit.
Yeah.
And you don't always feel
Yeah.
that way. I know everyone looks in and goes, "Oh my god, you're so great," blah 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 blah. But just from my perspective,
That's how
it's
I
not
feel
that I
doing
disregard
stand-up,
that.
open mic. same
Yeah,
shit.
you just
You're
fucking
like,
critical
"Ah,"
of
or
yourself.
then you're
God, I
like,
suck so bad. Why do I suck so bad? You know what I mean? Everybody's like, dude, you don't suck. Stop saying that about yourself. And it's like, dog, if you could be on this side, you know what I mean? And like,
I think being critical of yourself is very important, though, because
yeah.
you're not going to get better
No.
unless you're critical
unless
of
you
yourself.
hate everything that you do. Yeah,
You
exactly.
hate everything
It
that
sucks.
you
It's
do.
a double-edged sword. You know what I mean?
Like I could do so much better. I could do so much better.
The
I just
same-
think that's the right attitude to have.
the same knife you peel the apple with is cutting your thumb too at the same time. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I don't know. But yeah, no, you have a point. Like when it comes down to like,
You got to be critical of yourself.
yeah,
If you're going to ever get better.
yeah,
You can't ever be like, I'm good enough.
yeah.
That's
Well, I'm
when
fire
you
already.
fucking-
Right. It's good to have a healthy ego. I mean, an ego. There's been some times when my ego has been the only thing between me and like fucking being homeless, for Christ's sakes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes like, you know, your ego won't let you down. It'll get you in trouble sometimes, but having a good healthy ego is
Yeah.
definitely something to say for it.
Ego gets out of control quick, too.
But that's the issue, right?
Gets out of
If you
control.
if you can't hang on to it, shit,
It's hard to control an ego when
It
it
is.
gets fucking...
it is.
Yeah. I don't know if do you follow Mike Tyson at all? Do you
Right.
know he's about to fight?
Yeah. He's
yeah.
coming back.
Yeah,
Yes.
so he's fighting Roy Jones Jr. And
That man looks scary. Did you see some of that footage? This man's like
all of them
53 years
look-
old.
Which one are
And
you
I've
talking
seen
about?
some like
'Cause they both
recent,
look scary.
I mean, like him being gray and grizzled looking.
You
and
talking
he's
about Tyson?
In the fucking and he's in the fucking.
I would
the
never
training
fuck with
like, He's
Tyson.
still fucking beastly, bro. Like
He said his ego has been ignited by the gods of war. That's what he fucking said. Bruh.
that's terrifying. If
Bro,
I was Roy Jones,
I'm
I
about
don't know
to
you,
shit
Roy.
myself.
I don't know you, Roy, but
I'm about to shit myself thinking about it. Your ego has been ignited by the gods of war, dude. That is insane, dude. Oh, your phone about to die? Did it? I wonder if it'll post.
it died while it was.
Well, it's live. Whoever saw it, saw it. Yeah, dude. Ignited by the gods of war. But he's drawing that energy from, like, what you're saying. Like you're saying you hit a note on stage and you drew that energy from the crowd or the moment or whatever it was. The gods of war. Whatever it was that you drew the fucking power
gods of
to
war.
hit that note from,
Yeah.
dude. I don't know. That's cool that somebody, like, not many people know what that's like to have that happen
Yeah,
to
to
them.
be able to draw.
I've
Yeah.
never heard anybody say that before.
To be on stage, to be in front of people, I think it's such a crucial part of like artist development. I feel like artists that just spend so much time in the studio and don't do live performance, it's really, really easy to separate yourself with a very thick layer of technology. And I don't mean that to be disrespectful, because there are definitely some artists who, you know, I don't know, not to like call out anybody's style, but there's some artists who like, they got songs that sound amazing when they come out of the studio. Like, damn, this song is hard body, boy, I love this shit. But if you were to hand them a mic and put them up on stage with just the
Can't do
instrumental
it.
playing, they look at you
Can't
like a
deliver.
fucking deer in headlights. They don't even know. They need a hype man. They need backup vocals on their track. They need this. They need that. They need somebody to scratch them in, tell them when to sing. You know what I mean? All this shit. And I'm not a hater. You know what I mean? Like, if that's what you do and that's your game, I mean, the game is full of people that do that very same thing. But to me, like, that'll be always something that something about my own personal magnetism that I have to. I can't take it for granted. You know what I mean? If you stop performing live, you're gonna lose. You know what I mean?
Bro, every time I have seen you, you have done a performance for me live. Do you realize that?
That you have to.
Every time
You
I
have
have
to.
seen you one-on-one or any other, you have done a performance. Bro, you just picked up a guitar and sung Leonard Skinner in my fucking garage, and it sounded amazing.
I fucks with that shit, man.
Bro.
Skinner's some fire.
I'm just saying, like, what you're talking about, you'll never be that. You will never be that because of your mentality and the way you are, dude.
Well, and this
You'll
is the
pick
thing.
some shit up. You don't give a fuck what nobody thinks about it. You're going to do it.
Well,
Like,
yeah, and it's even beyond that, and to not even trying to make it about me. It's really just about, like, when you look at the art objectively, it doesn't matter whether you're, you know what I mean. My ability to come in here and do Skinnerd is no different than a rapper's ability who is completely atonal and cannot hit a note in singing to save his life. But the point is, I want to see you rap your bars.
and I
wanna
want
see
it to
you-
sound fucking
I want to
hard.
see you hit your breaths. You know what I mean? I want to see you pronounce your words. I want to see you deliver that verse and make me believe what the fuck it is you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so like. It's not even the cringeworthy is not even the word. It's just like, oh man, I had high hopes for you. You know what I mean? You know how many different artist showcases I've been to, and like somebody rapper outside the venue will be like, yo, you rapping tonight? I'll be like, yeah. They'll be like, I'm rapping tonight. I'm like, oh word, you know what I'm saying? They'll show me their track, and I'll be listening. Okay.
Yeah, you like
Damn,
it.
boy, I hear you. All right. You spitting. Okay, first, say less. And I'll give him his phone back, and we get inside, and this man get on stage. Hey, run that back. And he's trying to keep up with his own. And the thing is, he ain't even rapping over an instrumental. He's rapping over his own track. Like a whole track. Like he literally just took the track off of Apple Music and just played it and then rapped over top of it. If you don't have a performance track, last minute you couldn't get one done. I get that. Mistakes happen.
Right.
But you knew you were coming to the show.
Like you're saying, have an instrumental.
Rap over a performance track. It's cool if you want to leave your ad-libs in there. If you got like some layers under your hook to support you, you know what I mean? Let you take your breath.
A performance track meaning a track that you're going to perform with.
Where you remove your main vocal.
And you do it live.
And you substitute the main vocal.
Yeah, man. What the fuck? I don't want to hear your
it's
shit being rapped over top of.
It's logical. You know what I mean? And I've just been so disappointed so many times like that. So it's something that, I always keep in the back of my head because even as deeply ingrained in me as this music shit is, I'm like painfully aware of the fact that the older I get, if I don't bust that bitch out, oh, you know what I'm saying, do some shit like that, there's going to come a day where I'm going to crack my mouth open to try to do some shit like that.
And it's going
to come out like a croak, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm terrified of that day. I don't want that shit to happen, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm worried about that
Gotta
first
keep
fucking
your edge,
day where
bro.
I'm like,
You gotta keep picking up guitars. And singing fucking Skinner.
yeah. Little Skinner,
That's it,
little
bro.
Mike Posner,
I was not expecting
you know what I'm
that. I mean, I know you have a wide variety of skills, a skill set, but I was not expecting you to sing Skinner that well. Like you can hear the fucking, you know how like a band like Skinner will sing a song and you can hear the fucking like experience that person has been through in their life come out in the music, in the tone of their voice, in their notes, in their lyrics. Yeah, like. I can hear it when you sing Skinner. Like you've been through some shit in your life. I mean, I feel like whenever you fucking push that shit out like you just did.
You heard the one line is
bro.
like, I ain't got no house, I ain't got no car.
That dude was at the bottom.
All I've got is my 1953 Les Paul guitar. There's been some times in my life where that's all the fuck I had. Not a 53 Les Paul.
Yeah, that's worth a lot
if I had a 53
of money.
Les Paul, I wouldn't be homeless.
Yeah,
Goddamn, I
right.
sold the hell out of that shit. Straight
What's
to the
that,
pawn
like
shop for me.
fucking 30 grand, 40 grand,
Probably
more maybe.
Upwards, yeah.
Fuck. Les Pauls are nice, dude. I had a Epiphone, like a cheaper one, but I loved it.
They still play good. Though.
Yeah, I loved it,
Epiphone's
dude.
got great action.
Yeah.
Would you have a whammy?
Nah, it
old
was
school cutout.
No, it was just a Les Paul, Epiphone Les Paul, like
It was
a
like
sunburst.
the single cutout.
Yep, single cutout.
Nice.
No whammy on it.
Nice.
But I want one of those PRSs. Have you seen those? They're fucking sick. And
PRS? Who's that
they're
made
called
by? Is that the
PRS.
brand?
Paul Reed Stanley.
Oh, okay.
They're fucking. I
No
don't know
shit.
who he is. He must be a guitar player in
No
some
shit.
band that I should fucking probably know. But
Right,
the
same.
PRS guitars are fucking beautiful.
Okay.
And they look like a Strat, almost kind of like a
Yeah.
Stratocaster.
Yeah. That's pretty.
And I
Strats are
also
nice.
would like to have a Telecaster because I
Okay.
like Stevie Ray Vaughan and shit.
Stevie, fucking
I
shit.
just
Oh my
think
God!
that'd
Let
be
me
cool.
start. Let me shout out to Stevie, man.
That'd be
Look,
cool. Hey, he died so young, and then Hendrix and motherfuckers like that. I'm just
27
like,
Club.
damn.
I'm expecting an anvil to drop out of the sky any day and hit me on the head
Could.
because
Are
I'm
you
27.
27?
Yeah.
Are you?
So I don't know if I'm gonna make it out of this year
Gotta
alive.
make it
I'm
to
trying to do all the. I'm
28,
gonna try to do
son.
all podcasts I can before I fucking keep up. Because I'm
Damn
fucking-
it, man.
27 Club's a real
So
thing.
you're-
Man.
so
Janis
you're-
Joplin.
Yeah, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix. Who else? Kurt Cobain.
What's his name from the Stones?
Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain was 27, wasn't he?
Mhm.
Yeah, a lot of the fucking
Tupac.
greats.
I think Tupac
Was
was
he?
27 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. It's a whole bunch of them,
Damn.
man. It's a whole list of shit.
I just think fame gets too much for some people, dude. Like, I don't think Cobain could handle it. I think Cobain didn't want it. Maybe. Maybe not. Have you
I
seen
think-
his documentaries and shit of
Well,
him?
some of them, yeah.
Like, he just looks straight up miserable.
I think
and addicted
Cobain
to
had a
heroin.
message that the world needed really, really, really badly, but he was not the messenger. He didn't want to be the messenger.
Nah.
He would have been just as happy handing those songs off to somebody else to play them. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like, he just happened to be the one. He was the chosen one.
Have
He
you
was-
seen his Unplugged?
he was our
MTV
He
Unplugged?
was our Messiah.
Where he throws his guitar up, comes down and hits himself in the head.
No.
Oh,
what?
it's fucking ridiculous. Like, he's like, I guess we'll play another song. And then somebody's like trying to get him to play some shit, and he's like, no, we're not gonna play that one. We're gonna play. We're gonna cover a song by one of our favorite bands. It's called In the Pines, and you've heard In the Pines, like in the pines, where the sun don't ever shine.
Oh yeah, who is that?
That's the Pixies or
Okay.
I don't know who sings it. I
yeah.
can't remember, but no, it's the something Dolls or some shit.
The Goo Goo
No,
Dolls?
it's some band I really don't know. But he's like basically you can tell he's miserable on stage, but he's singing some of the fucking just like you get that song In the Pines when he sings that. It's just amazing to me.
In the Pines.
Yeah, dude. You remember what song I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah.
And it's like just
It's
so
punk.
scratchy and fucking just grungy, and his voice is just cracking and shit. And it's the last song they sing, and then they just walk off stage. And you got Dave Grohl on the fucking drums, just fucking killing it, dude.
Dave
Grohl is a fucking beast. Do you play drums too?
Yeah.
I figured you probably did.
Yeah.
You play piano,
I like drums.
guitar, drums.
It's so funny when we have band practice too, because like me and my buddy John Ward, I'm actually going to see him after this podcast. But we're so versatile between the two of us. Like we both play guitar, we both play bass, we both play. He don't really play keys as much. He don't mess around with keys. To me, keys are my strength. I wish you had a fucking piano in here.
Bro, I wish I knew how to play piano.
To sit down and play guitar is one thing, but like if you put me in front of a grand piano. Like, and this is just purely ego, but like I've seen it happen. Like if you put me in front of a grand piano, I will make your grandmama cry.
Make your girl want to suck my dick.
And you know what I'm saying? Like,
and fuck all your cousins.
Make your daddy want to pay alimony. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of fun, man. Piano's dope. But the point of the band, it's so funny when we get together. The four of us will be in there. We'll be jamming. Or the five of us, if you know, both Johnny and Sean. They both are married, and then my cousin has kids. So, you know, a lot of times it's the benefit of having two drummers. I play keys pretty much nonstop in the band, and I sing. And then so you got your drummer, you got your bassist, and then you got one of two guitarists, or both guitarists on good night. You know what I'm saying? They both show up, and it's like, oh, yeah, everybody's here. But it's so funny because, like, me and John will switch out intentionally. Like, we'll go to you ever work a job where like you got to have a smoke break? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just go smoke a cigarette. So we smoke weed like that. So at band practice, we'll like go hard for like 5 songs, and I'll be like, weed break, hey, and everybody gets up. And we all shuffle outside and smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? Go back inside. So like me and John will switch it up, and he'll get on the fucking guitar and start playing some shit he wrote, and I just run backstage to the drum. You know,
that's cool.
Going with him. And my little brother's like trying to play along. Like, what are y'all playing? And me and John will just be like playing off of each other, and we like just to be dicks. We'll just leave everybody behind. We'll just lock in on each other and be like, all right, we're doing this.
Yeah, y'all are fucking bobbing off each other.
Yeah, we got that thing. So
yeah,
he'll do it sometimes. He'll fucking come out and start playing my guitar.
I'd like to hear the band play.
Come out to band practice, man. Every Friday night we play in Delco. It's in a big ass shed. We have bonfires.
Are you
and shit.
serious?
Yeah, for real. It's
That's
normally
fucking cool.
Not a crowd, but it's normally like 4 or 5 additional people than us.
Yeah.
The past couple months, it's been like that. People have started
There
finding out
ain't much
about
to
it.
do in Delco, is there?
Not a goddamn thing.
Ain't shit to do.
No.
You ain't got nothing to do. It's paper mill. That's Regalwood.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's one and the same. But yeah, no, definitely come out to band practice, man. I'd love to have you. Fucking bring the camera out. Fucking get some shots. You don't happen to have a phone charger in here, do you? Like a Type C? I would love to show you some clips of us playing Simple Man and shit. Like we play some Skinner now. You think we playing? We get in that bitch and get deep.
That's not Type C plugged in the back of that microphone, is it? It's a skinnier one than that, but looks similar.
Yeah, it's different.
I got
That's
one
like
in the
an old
house. I
Android.
don't have one out here.
You ain't got it now. It ain't that big of a deal, man. But it's just I was gonna play some clips so you could see us fucking jamming out. My girl.
So you got the song coming out with Sugar Tongue Slim.
Yeah, so be on the lookout for that.
All right, what else you got
day.
coming? I know you got shit just fucking piled up.
The main thing that I'm plugging right now, well, there's a couple of key things, and I just obviously, you know, it's not like I've got a label on my ass telling me what I cannot say.
Which
so I
is
like to
great.
announce shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's fun.
dude.
So basically, what I'm promoting right now, really heavily, is a song that's caused me a great deal of tumult in my personal life, I must say. But it's the song "This Feeling." I don't know if you've ever heard that. I got a problem. That's on my mama. You should fucking look it up. Look it up on iTunes and play
Okay.
it. But fucking the video is coming out for it, and I went to what's the name of the city? It's out there by Burlington. Graham. You ever heard of Graham, North Carolina?
I think so. Yeah.
It's out towards. It's just out in the middle. It's one of those little nondescript
What's
towns.
the name of the song?
This Feeling. And so I went out there. I rented a big giant warehouse. It was like originally meant for like I guess wedding gatherings or something, but it was like an old school kind of vintage looking warehouse type deal. Had a big open door in it, big open floor plan and stuff.
Is it on Spotify?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my Apple shit ain't worth a fuck.
And went out there and brought my videographer. Shout out to Ailey Rock. I brought my videographer out there. I brought my DJ out there. He set up all his lights. We turned out all the lights in the warehouse. We put spotlights on me. We had his music, we had his DJ lights set up, strobing and shit over there on the side. And then we brought out the fog machine, and we just fogged the whole place out. And so the fucking video opens with this grill mic, my old school grill mic is swinging, and the smoke coming up.
Was that the one where you're playing guitar?
My bright orange Ibanez.
Okay, I saw pictures of you.
There's a snippet. There's some previous snippets on my Instagram of the actual video.
So the video has not been released for this shit.
I'm waiting for my last shit to hit 1K.
Dude, your
man.
shit is fucking dope. It's just always different sound, and it's not the same
It's
shit.
weird.
I love the Ibanez guitar, too.
Yeah. It's
I would
bright
definitely-
orange.
I would buy an Ibanez.
They play really nicely, man.
I like that green sunburst looking one they got.
Yeah. So I got this model. She's like dressed in bondage, and I'm holding the leash. She's like walking down the table, you know what I'm saying? I'm holding the fucking leash. I'm leading her along. I do a split on the table and shit.
Oh, wait. Dude.
It's all about feelings not being real. You know what I'm saying? Like, this feeling don't mean nothing. Like, you know what I mean? It's actually a song about, like, trying to prioritize and overcome your ego. You know what I mean? Like, the second verse starts out like, maybe I'm a mentalist. I need a milli off my penmanship. I need a milli off my penmanship so I can take my homies to the dealership and let them benefit from all my ignorance. God damn, why you think I do this shit? I'm just trying to feel like 2 assists. We used to jaywalk, now we walking J's. While them mockingbirds play the Hunger Games. You done seen the talent, I've been screaming about it. I cannot be silent till my click is wildin' on a scenic island where the weed the loudest and the girls the finest. Game like Leonidas, I'm super nice until I get behind it and hit that mattress and proceed with violence. I just bust my nut until that bitch rewind it, cause this feeling don't mean nothing. You see what I'm saying? So
Just bust my nut until the bitch rewind it.
this feeling don't mean nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's do it again. And then it busts down. Wait.
Fuck it up.
That's like 5 of me in the background.
Is it? Like Queen shit.
For myself. Yeah.
Fucking Bohemian Rhapsody type shit. So you do all that sampling shit of yourself on your program that you were telling me you use?
That beat literally just came out of nowhere one day. I was just in the studio real early.
Hard.
I just smoked, like I went out on the porch and smoked some weed, and I came back in the studio and I was just humming to myself, looking for an instrument.
Bruh, that shit is fucking hard, son.
Appreciate that, man.
God damn, this feeling. Gotta
But
add that
you hear
shit
the
to
lyrics,
my
though,
playlist.
you know what I'm saying?
Which
It's like,
playlist am I gonna add
I got
that
an
to?
addiction. I'm not saying sorry.
Carolina Skiff music. That's going on my fucking Carolina Skiff playlist. What else? Hold on.
Dude, you got a playlist just for your skiff?
Fuck yeah, I got Enemy Turf.
I wanna go out on the
I
skiff,
like
man.
Enemy. Come on with it, dude. Enemy Turf. I think I need to throw it on Enemy. Enemy Turf is like when I feel like just stomping somebody's fucking head. I like that. It's just a feeling, dude.
There's
Fuck
a
it.
time. There's a time and a place for that.
I just want to. Let me hold on. Let me just tell you.
I got a whole bunch of
You probably
metal.
got some cool playlists.
I got a bunch of metal in my playlist, man.
All right,
When I'm
hold
in the
on.
moods.
Let me just read.
Hey,
you.
can I tell you something though that's
Yeah.
really gonna make you fucking shit your pants?
Yeah, I kind of got a shit, so probably am gonna shit. When
Oh God.
what is it?
I did a cover.
Oh fuck! I broke my chair.
Really? That shit's fucking getting heavy, man. How you gonna?
Luckily, I fixed furniture, so I
There
can.
you go. See,
So what is gonna make me shit myself?
that's like fucking. It's like your soul's coming off in a shoemaker's house. It's fucking.
Ain't it?
It's like dropping a biscuit in your mama's a baker. Like, just give me another one. Give me another one, Ma. Nah, but I did a cover of Creep by Radiohead.
Did you?
I'm
I
sitting
love
on
that
it.
song.
I'm sitting on it right now, and I just wish my phone. I wish
such
my
a good
phone was
song.
powered up so bad, so I could show it to you. But yeah, I did a self. But I did. It's a whole cover, so I played all the instruments. I produced the whole instrumental from
Wow.
scratch. It's a trap version, so it's got like trap drums in.
Is it? Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
man.
Like, and bass, fucking 808s.
Such a great
hitting and
song.
shit. Yeah, it's such a moving song. Like I actually, this is gonna. I feel like the best way not to be embarrassed by shit is just to say it out loud. You know what I'm saying? Just own what you do. I cried on live when I made that song. That's the only time I've ever. That sounds like pussy ass shit to say, but I turn because anytime I make beats, I go live. Most of the time when I'm in the studio making a beat, I'll put my phone up and
so
go live
people
on
can
my
watch
Instagram.
you.
Yeah, just like you know what I
Yeah.
mean. People can chime in. Hey, put that there. That sounds dope. Or I don't like
What
that.
made you
whatever.
cry? Like, what was
Just
it?
just how meaningful that song is. You know what I mean? Like at the end where he hits that big huge note. Running out the door. She runs. You know what I'm saying? That fucking.
What was the video of that? It was a guy chasing a girl in a car, wasn't it?
Yeah, and like
That
a live
video was
performance.
creepy, dude.
Yeah, Radiohead's a good. They're good for that that kind of like that off-putting vibe. Not off-putting in a way, but you just is like it's almost like a what's about to happen. The whole video is like, oh shit, what's
So
going on?
just the
You know what I mean?
emotion
Like,
of them, of you
raw,
making the
like, I
track.
just stood there and just like I heard that note hit because I hit this big note towards the end, and like the fucking my cousin Sean KP that I was talking about, he plays the solo on it, like he plays an electric guitar fucking solo on that shit, and it's all trap and like synth instruments, and all of a sudden out of nowhere his fucking guitar solo comes in, but he like it hits, and I'm just like lean back, it just like solitary tear just comes down. I'm like
Damn.
leaning back in the chair, like it's just one of those moments. Nobody else in the studio. I'm just in there by myself. I did everything, recorded all my own vocals. Like I do that a lot. I'll punch the button and then run in the booth and do my thing. And if I don't get it right, I come back out and delete it, punch it again, run in
Damn.
the booth and try it. So for songs that are linear, like a lot of sung songs that can be sung front to back without stopping. A lot of rap tracks, sometimes the hooks and the verses will overlay. Sometimes they're mixed totally different. You know what I mean? If like, for instance, if I do a rap track or a hip hop track or anything where I'm rapping and singing, it's always recorded separately. Because if I'm singing a track, I want to go, yeah, 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 yeah. If I'm rapping, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a totally different tonal thing. You know what I mean? So on stage, it translates better or less depending on how skilled you are. You know what I mean? And I'll be the first to admit there's been some times where I've rock sung hooks that on the original song I was twinkle toe in it. You know what I mean? Like just kind of, yeah, so I just recorded the big note. I heard the guitar solo in. I just leaned back and I was like, oh, fuck my life, man. This shit is badass. But on songs that can be sung linearly, basically what I was trying to say is that like you can go in, you can sing the whole song and then just keep that take. Then duplicate the track, sing a whole song, keep that take. If you're singing the song, if you already know the song well enough to like, pronounce it and intonate it similarly, a lot of times those are interchangeable at that rate, which gives you a lot of freedom. Because if you hear...
You could take one track you did and take a verse.
Grab a phrase, or a couple of
that
notes
you like
or
better.
whatever. This sounds better on this one. This take sounds better. So you create you compile like a master list. So by the end of the, your goal is to get one solid track's worth of vocals, and to have them all match close enough that they sound like they're legit. You know what I mean? I've seen some rappers
Like that you did it in one take.
Yeah,
Make
yeah,
it sound like
yeah.
that.
So even
Yeah.
though they're all, like I don't believe in auto-tune for the most part. You know what I mean? I use it occasionally to accent certain things, or there's some tracks where I've used it obnoxiously so as a stylistic
Yeah.
a stylistic option. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
like the way it sounds, the auto-tuning. But the point being is I can't be one of those artists that just like is constantly auto-tuned all the time because I don't want to need it. I don't want to fall back on it. So if you do 5 or 6 takes in a row of Creep, you sing it front to back, you know what I mean? Like you're supposed to. You come back and you can find one of those takes. Inevitably, if you do something 5, 6, 7 times in a row, there's going to be one of those that stands out in your head like that was the most fire one. Take
Right.
4 out of 6 was definitely the best one. You know what I mean? At that rate, you just drag it at the top of the list, and then you identify whatever part of take 4 was the weakest. Then you got 5 other takes to pick from to substitute.
You get your
So
master.
it may not even be all of it. Maybe a piece of it. It may be like 2 inserts out of a whole 4-minute song. You know what I
Right.
mean? But the inevitability is you've done it organically, the same exact way, 6 or 7 times, and you've got enough options where you can go back and fuck with it. So shout out to Lil Ed. It's a dude that mixes my music now. The majority of the time he mixes my shit. And I sent it to him, and this dude be cracking me up because, once again, spoiler, I know I'm sitting on a ton of music that I need to drop, but I got a full-blown cover of Free Fallin', done John Mayer style with just straight acoustic and singing. Sounds pretty nice. I played it
Like
on my
Tom
iPad.
Petty.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
have you ever heard John Mayer's?
I don't think
cover?
I've heard John Mayer's cover
Okay,
of
so
it.
that's just how I'm in a la style. Essentially, like Petty's was a full band. John Mayer does the. Now I'm free falling. You know how John Mayer
Does it his own
and just
style.
picks it with a fucking
Right.
acoustic, and it's gorgeous. So mine's just pretty much just strumming and picking, and it's like a real like super minimalistic, just me and an acoustic. But it's kind of like the Mr. Banker vibe. Like it's really intense. It's really
That's some of the best shit
It's
to
really
me.
soulful and like personal. You know what I mean? So it's dope. I'm recording a performance video here with my boy Jason in a couple months for that song. And I'm gonna drop it. A lot of visuals dropping in the end of 2020 here. I've got 4 videos I'm sitting on. I'm so happy about it. As soon as this feeling drops, I've got a bunch of shit right behind that.
I saw the picture of you with the Ibanez, so I was
the orange.
Yeah,
shit,
so I was
the
like, I
orange shit.
wonder what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah.
I was wondering what that was about. I was like,
Scheming around.
I didn't know. I was like, maybe he's playing a fucking show and some photographer took pictures of him. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I didn't.
I bought that guitar specifically for a video.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's a sick guitar.
I appreciate it. It's
Yeah.
super bright orange.
I like it. I like that.
But I got the shoes though. I don't know if you noticed the shoes in the picture. I got a pair of bright orange Oswegos. They're made by Adidas, but it's Pusha T. You know who Pusha T is,
Yeah,
the rapper.
yeah.
So he has a deal with Adidas, kind of like Kanye does.
Yeah.
And he has his shoe is called Oswego, Osweego, Oswego, and he's got a bunch of different versions. I've actually got a pair of his shoes on right now.
Yeah, I was looking at those shoes.
Pusha T. These are not Oswegos, but these are Pusha T's and Damian Lillard. You know Damian Lillard, the NBA player.
Did you write on the side of those shoes, or they wrote on them?
This is the way they came. It's got side 1 and side 2 like an old school mixtape.
Oh
On the back of the heel and shit, you know what I'm saying? It says my own Damian Lillard, and that's his jersey number. Inside you got Pusha T, 77's when he was born. I am my own fan.
I've never seen any shoes anywhere nothing close to
They're
that right
super
there.
dope. I like. They're kind
They're
of like some of
comfortable.
those.
They look comfortable.
Oh yes,
They
so
look
much
super
so.
comfortable.
So much so. Just got to shout out Breeze for that, man. He's really who put me on that sneakerhead shit. Like I was never a sneakerhead before I met Breeze, and then I see Breeze wear a new pair of shoes every fucking day for like a month, and would never like wear the same pair of shoes twice. I'm like, dog, I've seen you
How
every
does he
day
have
this
enough
week.
room for all those shoes?
Back when he used to live off of Market Street, his
Yeah,
room was
it
a closet.
Yes, dude, his whole room.
You remember you
Yeah,
went
dude.
visiting when he was on
Yeah,
Market.
He had
Remember
the one
that first
computer
little
and he had
little
the bed.
room.
Yes, and dude, it was
The
all.
first
it
room was a
like
closet. The
I didn't even
whole it was
think
like a
about
living
that.
space. It was like a bedroom and a little tiny like strange like little
Yeah.
odd space with the TV in there.
He had clothes and shoes and shit everywhere.
piled, and I just remember like in there like in a little kid in fucking like you walk him into Legoland. I'm just looking around.
I went in there and I'm like, bro, and he said, "Yeah, I gotta get rid of some of this shit." That's what he said, bro. I said, bro, you just need to get a bigger spot.
Shout out to Breeze, man. I should have brought him out here with me tonight,
Dude,
man.
next time we should do it with
another
Breeze.
episode with Breeze.
I've been getting on
trying to
his
get
nerves.
him out of the house, man,
I've been
for
getting
real.
on his nerves, probably trying to get him to come to a podcast.
He
Maybe
needs
he
to-
just needs a push from
He
Dirty
needs to
White.
get out of the fucking house, man. Come hang out with the boys.
Where's he live at now? Off Eastwood, right?
He's
Is it Eastwood? Military cutoff?
Yeah, military cutoff.
Something like that.
Yeah,
I hadn't been to his house there,
out there in Mayfair. Boy, done moved up.
but I moved up to the uppity part of the fucking.
Hey, I love Breeze though, man. I was
I
texting
love
him earlier.
Breeze,
I was
dude.
fucking frustrated, man. I'd be texting him when I'm mad about shit. You know what I'm saying? But he'd be saying the wisest shit in like the most
Did you
like
see that moth just fly by? Dude?
nondescript ways. Yeah.
Did you see that UFO just fly between
He's out
me
here.
and you?
Can we? Okay, so speaking of UFOs, man, I don't know how much time we
We
how
can
much
do
time
whatever
we're
you
supposed
want.
to-
We-
We're supposed
fucking
to use.
whatever,
My phone's
dude.
been dead. What time is it?
If something beeps, then it died. How about that?
It died. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
And we'll end it whenever the fuck we want. Dirty.
But can
All
we
right,
please,
UFOs, let's
can we
talk
please
about it.
touch on the
There's something
text that you sent
happening.
me? Would you get your messages out and read that?
My phone's about to die too,
Is it
bro.
really?
I
Would you
swear to
read
God.
that series of messages, please?
Okay. You're gonna
Because this man,
embarrass
just
me.
for
You're
the
gonna
folks
embarrass me
listening,
now.
man, this dude
I'm so stupid.
just fucking texts me
So
out of
dumb.
nowhere at like 9 a.m. on a fucking Monday, and he's like, dude, he's like, I got some shit to tell you, man. And so like we're talking, and this guy proceeds to tell me,
Oh, okay.
like he hits me with the deepest like topic statement, and then
Oh,
like,
okay, here
I
we
just
go.
fell in line right behind it.
Okay. We weren't talking about nothing to do with this, and I just said, I was just thinking, what if what we think are signs of the Egyptians and the cavemen telling us about aliens on cave walls and pyramids are just them trying to save us from ourselves? Like we've been here technologically before, and we're going to destroy ourselves. We were riding horses 150 years ago, bro. Now we
Like
have
1.5 people.
Now we have helicopters and goddamn FaceTime. Shit's crazy to think about. 150 years is like 1.5 people ago. You said, holy hell, dude. We've been missing the entire message. I said if we've already nuked ourselves into oblivion in the past, and maybe we've already nuked ourselves into oblivion in the past, and we just thought it was a meteorite that killed the dinosaurs. And you said, and the Egyptians warned us, the Mayans warned us, the fucking cavemen warned us. I said we think they were cavemen, but they're actually just as smart, if not smarter than us.
Right.
Bro, now that I just read that, we sound like we're such stoners, dude. Don't we?
That was definitely like a hits blunt moment. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
Like,
even smoke weed, bro. I'm just that
what
fucking...
No, but I'm all about it because, you know, the eerie part about that is there are so many, like, different parts of that line up perfectly with, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, history and, like, what is it called? The study of cultures. It was a class.
Anthropology?
Anthropology.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm sorry.
I'm
tired.
so
I couldn't think
stupid.
of
I
it.
can't believe I even came up with
Anthropology.
that.
That's exactly what it is. You fucking came in the clutch with that thing.
Can't believe I came up with that.
Anthropology, man. Like, think about it like this, okay? And the thing that occurs to me most wildly about that statement, and this actually occurred to me while I was riding over here because I was literally thinking about just that thread just then. When I was riding over here, it occurs to me that if the devastation that occurred from any type of a human, like we basically concocted the perfect amount of elements to come together to create some sort of a genocidal, you know what I mean?
Like a world ender.
Planetary type
Destroyer
thing.
of worlds.
Okay. If the magnitude by which that disaster could happen was realistic, it would make sense that the entire... I'm trying to think of how to pose this correctly. Basically, the point being is if a caveman gets on a cave wall and tells you that, hey, we got so technologically advanced that we fucked ourselves up. Was he a survivor? Was he somebody that was just documenting things that they was going along, et cetera, et cetera? Point being is he would only know how to say that in his language and symbols that he knew that his people could understand at the current time. Okay, think about how long it took modern scientists to crack the codes of like the Mayans and the Egyptians. They studied hieroglyphs. I mean, scientists studied hieroglyphs for fucking 50 years before they finally really figured out what the fuck they were actually saying.
They still don't know a whole lot.
And they still aren't 100%.
There's so much we don't know. They think the Sphinx is like 8,000 years old, but there's so much evidence that says it's like 15,000 years old, and Egyptologists won't even admit that. Egyptologists, when they say that they know something, they're not going back on it. That's a mistake. Like, when I think I know something, I'm like, Dirty, I know this for a fact. And you're like, nah, bro, do some research. This is what I read. If I'm like, nah, I'm not reading shit, I know what the fuck I know.
That's the whole point, I feel like, of like science in general, is that you have to be open to...
You have to be.
other
Egyptologists are
discoveries.
not. From all the shit, I got a few books over there just about like, alternate theories and like, they call it pseudoscience, but it's fucking plausible shit.
Mhm.
But I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm saying
No, you're right there. I mean, basically, the magnitude, that would be required, or the magnitude I would say that would be rendered from that type of a planetary experience. You know what I mean? Something that was culture ending, something that was species ending potentially. You know what I mean, etc. How far fetched is it then to think that all of these, aforementioned civilizations have tried their best in the language that they hoped would be translatable
to warn us, you're saying.
to warn us. So imagine what happens if we come to the end of this little 2020 run that we're having right now. You know what I
It's
mean?
not looking good.
And we get up to that point, and some fucking jackass from somewhere in this planet writes in English, or he writes in fucking Spanish
On
if he's
Twitter.
in Spain, or whatever. Right. Server goes down, and then nobody's going to get the fucking message.
Right. Scratches
you know
it
what I
into
mean?
a
Like,
fucking
however
rock.
you have to do it. You know what I mean? Whether you carve it in the side of the Grand Canyon,
You
for
got
fuck's sake, I
to.
don't care. You have to warn. The guy feels the need to warn this next corresponding generation, and that next species, that next set of inhabitants that comes into that environment after one of those types of events has occurred, they're going to be equally. They're going to fumble their way through it in an equally hilarious manner.
Because they're going to think they're so much smarter than the person who fucking etched a fucking picture into a rock. Like we do. We think we're so much smarter than the fucking caveman that was like, ooh, 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 that discovered fucking fire, if that's even what happened. They discovered fire, bro. I mean, we can thank them for steaks and
Well,
shit.
I don't know, man. The way some of these people be eating their steaks.
Bro, I like
Just
my shit medium rare.
Cut it off the cow.
Just
goddamn.
cut it off. That's how I'll
Slab
fucking
it off that bitch. Yeah, see, I can't. I got
Fuck
the
it, dude.
medium well for me,
Fuck
man.
it, dude.
I
You're
wanna
like
be
I've
able
worked my old lady down from medium well to medium rare.
Have you?
I've worked her down slowly. Now I got her eating medium rare steaks, and
There
she
you go.
fucking loves it. I
There you
cook
go.
the hell out of a steak.
There you go. No, I
but
can't.
no, I get what you're saying. Like trying to get across in your language and the things that you relate with, and you like. Okay, were they predicting the future? That's my question. Like, was the caveman or the Egyptian? I think the Egyptians were way more technologically advanced than we ever will probably know, because we're gonna fucking destroy ourselves before we ever really figure it out.
Right.
Probably.
Well, that's
with
my
nuclear
point.
weapons
If
or
if there's one thing that I've learned from history. No, wait a minute. Let me make sure I say this right. It was something that my dad used to say back in the day, and I hate to just pop out and quote my dad, but damn, I got to. He said, this man used to tell us, he said, one thing I've learned from studying history is that no one learns anything from studying history.
history.
And I
repeats
didn't
itself.
understand the fucking significance of that statement back then. But the older I get, the more I understand it.
I love history, and you do too. From what I just like learning about shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
and like
for sure.
where we came from. Like we were talking about, bro, 150 years ago, we're fucking fighting Comanches and fucking riding goddamn horses and getting shot with bow and arrows. And then fucking you'll like this quote: God made man, Samuel Colt made them equal. And Samuel Colt came out with the fucking Colt revolver, and then we started
six-shooter.
fucking up the goddamn Indians because the Indians could shoot arrows faster than we
could shoot and load one of them giant ass muskets.
and they could shoot it pretty much as fast as we can shoot a revolver right now. I mean, they were like boom, 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 boom. They didn't fucking have them in no goddamn quiver, bro. Like they had like 5 arrows in their hands, and they're just pulling them fucking back, just fucking sniping motherfuckers. And the Comanches fought off of horses.
Yeah.
So like
That's a double threat.
they were the first and we didn't even shoot off of horses. They would dismount or unmount or dismount.
Yeah,
they would
and
dismount.
kneel down.
Yes, and the Comanches would ride by and use the horse as a shield and fucking fuck us up. And then Samuel Colt came out with the goddamn revolver, and the Texas Rangers came to be, and they were ruffians. They were fucking ruffians, to say the least.
The thing
But
about
that was 150 years ago, bro.
the thing about Indians that's so wild to me is like they were really the OGs of the shit if you think about it, because it wasn't till we encountered some bullshit like that we even realized that we needed a Samuel Colt.
Right. Like, how do we fucking fight these guys?
These motherfuckers,
guys?
right? What are we gonna do? Because they tearing our asses up. What is
Yeah.
going on out here? They just been practicing for fucking 400 years, fam. Like, well, you think I goddamn learned how to shoot this horse? Like, no, you know what I'm
You
saying?
came over here
You
from
think I learned
drinking
how to-
tea and eating crumpets and shit.
Right. You think I learned how to ride this horse with one arm and shoot bows and arrows under his
Fuck
neck?
no, dude. We brought them the fucking horses. They didn't have
Yeah.
horses.
Yeah.
They learned it that fast.
Yeah, they was running on their feet.
I'm
and
pretty
shit.
sure we
pulled
brought
up the
horses
No,
to
we did.
North
The Spaniards
America.
did. The
Right,
Spaniards did.
right.
Yeah, absolutely. There were
and,
no
and
horses
the
over here.
horses came from. I guess the Spaniards went to Mexico first, correct? Because that's why they all speak Spanish.
Yeah.
And
Well,
fucking.
So kind of like that. The horses, a lot of them did come all the way over literally from Spain and Europe.
Crazy.
A lot of horses came by ship. and
So there were
literally
no
came here.
North American horses, I don't think.
No, not North American horses. There were some already in Mexico. That part is true. But
Okay.
the reason that Mexicans speak Spanish is because Spain invaded there first.
Right.
The English colonies invaded, up and down the East Coast, North America. So it's all English in here.
Right.
But then Mexico, they had natives, just like we had Comanches and Blackfoot and all that other shit.
Right.
Mexico had a whole breed of natives. You know what I mean? Like native Mexicans originally back in the day. Some Mayans, Aztecs, all those fall under that category.
They were fighting the Indians.
Yeah,
They were fighting them too.
yeah, because they
Like
came
right on
all
the-
the way up to the border. So the
right on the
western,
border,
Plains
yeah.
Indians weren't long. But the thing about just
150
like
years ago, bro.
what
Now
you
we're
were
talking
saying
on
about bringing
iPhones.
horses, though, like that's a popular misconception. I feel like that everyone thinks that Indians were just from the start were riding horses.
Nah,
whatever.
we brought them the horses.
Plains Indians had no horses. They had nothing. As
They
far
were
as like,
nomadic.
that, yeah.
Yeah, they just migrated to where the
drug their
buffalo were at.
They drug their houses behind them, set
Followed
up
the buffalo.
their teepees, you know what I mean, and all that good shit. We came in, brought them horses, and within about fucking 20 years, bro,
Fucking us up.
These motherfuckers were no joke.
They were robbing us of like 800 horses at a time.
Yeah.
They figured out how to rob us of horses.
That's some
I say
gangsta-ass
us,
shit.
but like whatever the fuck, who was living in
Whoever it was, yeah.
Yeah.
You ever heard of Jedediah Smith before?
Sounds familiar. Is it?
So Jedediah Smith was one of those Lewis and Clark type characters who like grew famous for. He was most famous for the fact that he fought a full blown grizzly.
No, I've never heard of this
and
guy.
got away. I can't talk for shit right now.
It's okay.
A full blown
It's okay.
grizzly bear attacked this man while he was out west. It actually happened in I want to say it was South Dakota, I believe it was, or something, but it was way out west. This is some of the shit I used to read as a kid. I used to have this book about Jedediah Smith. Really interesting character if you look him up. Like, he did a great deal for filling in the white spaces on the map, the blank spaces where no one knew where shit was at. You know what I mean? And he like did a ton of exploring and map making.
He was like a
and-
map maker.
Yeah, he had people with his posse. He'd pick up different members of, you know what I mean. It like described how he like ran into members of his old gang and he'd pick them up, and they, people would ride together. Sometimes they collaborated with the Indians. Sometimes the Indians were hostile. You know what I mean? Like, it was a really well put together book about several of his major expeditions across, the West and whatnot. Talked about going out west and experiencing mirages. You know what I mean? Thinking there was, a watering hole over the next hill, and there was always a watering hole over the next hill. You know what I mean? When you got the next hill and there wasn't shit.
Yeah.
That's so fucking discouraging to me, man,
So
when I think about it. Could you
discouraging.
imagine dragging along? You're just like hot as fuck. It's in the desert. You ain't drank
All
nothing in
you
the
want
longest
is
time. You
water.
just want some water so bad.
Just a
and there's
drop.
some water right there.
Just a
you know.
drop on my tongue. The ground's cracked because it's so fucking dry. There's no steam, no humidity. Dry fucking
Nothing.
heat.
You like trying to lick
You're
your
about to
elbows with the
die.
sweat.
You're about to fucking die.
Mhm.
And all you want is water. And you
look over
see
the
it.
hill. Yep, there it is.
And you're like, I'm going to go get that.
Come on, Jethro.
And it's a fucking cactus. And
There's
you jump
nothing-
into it.
Nothing there.
You jump into
Yeah.
a cactus hole.
The hilarious part, though, is that you would say that because cactus would actually be the next best thing that you could find.
Because there's water in it. Yeah.
Hack that bitch open and eat it. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
It's like a fucking desert watermelon, dude.
Basically.
Just not as tasty.
I've never thought about
Jedediah
that.
Smith, I'm going to check him out.
Yeah, Jedediah Smith was a fucking character, man. That bear attacked him,
Not long ago.
and he fought
my
this man. He fought this bear with a fucking knife. That was the wildest part. That's the story. That's literally, his men saw it happen. Like, everyone, like, it's an accepted thing. It's not like he just came running into town. I just killed a bear. Like, they claim everybody was right there
They
and saw
saw
it and all that shit. And he fucking Bowie knife, dude. Big ass fucking blade. But bear came after him, started fucking him slam up. He snatched that knife and just started going to town on his ass.
Good
Man,
God almighty.
That's some
dude.
vicious shit. That's some gangsta ass shit, bro. You fighting for your
Gangster as
life at
fuck,
that. You
dude.
fighting for your life at that point. You know what I mean? Like, these motherfuckers be mad
Bear's
because
slinging you around like a fucking rag
their
doll.
homeboy pulls a gun on the car. and
Probably
takes
wanting
their
to fucking eat your
dime
dick
bag or
off
something.
first.
Yeah.
Bear wants to eat your dick
Yeah,
off
fucking
and rip
gay,
your fucking
old
fingers off.
Gay ass bear. Give me that dick, boy. Man, get this bear off of
Bro,
me, man.
Bear
What
wants
is
to
going-
eat your dick off, bro. Like, you're fighting for your fucking dick,
Bear
bro.
said, I heard about that dick meat. Man, get this
Fighting
bear
for-
off of me,
fighting
man.
for my life. I'm fighting for my dick.
Fight for your life. Fuck my life. I'm fighting for my balls.
I think bears want to rip your fucking dick off, bro.
Ah, that's horrible.
Or maybe that's chimpanzees.
But I was about to say, man, I don't know. I feel like there's got to be a whole, like, there's got to be an issue if you got
So
a
he
whole
beat the bear?
species of bear out here that's just prowling for dick meat.
Oh, dick bears.
Don't go down in that valley.
Dick thirsty bears in there, boy.
Dick bears down there.
They'll fucking rip your dick for balls. Balls for dick, boy. Fuck, dude. Old dick eating bears. This is a fucking nightmare, bro. This is like a fucking nightmare, bro. Did he beat the bear? Did he beat him?
Oh my god, that's so fucking funny.
You gotta tell me,
he
did
beat the bear,
he
man.
come out with his dick?
His, yeah, he did. He made
He
it out.
came
man.
out alive
They
with
weren't
his dick.
together, but they came out alive. No, I'm just fucking with you. But nah, his so he got jumped by the bear. Bear starts fucking him up. He pulls out the knife, just goes to town on the bear. And his fucking he was blinded by the blood. That was the experience. Like, that was the way the book was written. Was that the blood was so intense. His face, like half of his face, was basically ripped off.
Oh.
Like the top part of his face was like peeled back. And so the blood was just so much blood that he couldn't see. He was just kind of really stabbing, like, just by feel at that point. You know what I mean? Like, just making sure there was some bear where there was a knife at. You know what I mean? Like, I'm assuming. I've never fought a bear before. But point being is his homeboy's like, you can't kill that bear any deader. It's like I'll remember that as long as I live. Like I read this book at like 9 years old. And I
Can't
was
kill
just
that
like,
bear any deader.
Can't kill that bear no deader. You know.
I wonder if that's who they
And,
made
like,
the Revenant movie
He
after.
kicked.
Is there a picture of this guy?
That's a
seen-
good ass
have you seen a
idea.
picture
I've
of
never
him?
thought about that.
Does he
Yeah,
have a
there was
beard
like
and a big fur coat?
Yeah.
That's who they made the Revenant movie after. I
bet
didn't know
they
his name.
did.
I didn't know his
I bet
name.
they did. That's wild as fuck to me.
Because I looked up a picture of who they made the Revenant movie after. I gotta
might have
see.
been Jedediah.
I gotta see this
Jedediah
motherfucker,
Smith.
and
That's
he had on a
crazy.
big old fur coat, and he has a fucking beard.
Yeah, like
and
a
I
trapper.
can't even.
Yeah.
I can't even emulate this man, because he fucking stabbed a goddamn bear to death.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I could never do.
Well, you'd be surprised what you can do when you get put up against the wall.
And when your dick's on the
Between
line,
you and the dick and the bear. One of us ain't
When your
walking out of
dick's
here
on the line,
alive,
bro.
right? One of us ain't gonna make it out. Me and my dick getting out. I don't know about you.
I
You
don't
know.
know about your fucking bear dick. I'll cut your bear dick off. I wonder what a bear dick looks like.
I don't, man. Not
Gotta
enough
be
to cut
furry,
one
right?
off. Yeah.
Like furry bear dick shaft.
If you came back to the camp, show them dick bears. I
Does a-
came back with a dick bear dick.
Bro, I will cut a bear's dick off if it goes for my dick.
Right.
I'm keeping.
What if that's like some
Bro, that'll
fucking-
be sitting right here on
Yeah.
this fucking. Oh,
What in God's
bear
name
dick.
is that thing?
That's a bear
I
dick,
cut
Dirty
a bear
White.
dick off and had it mounted.
I still got mine though.
Right.
Mine's still there.
Mine's hairier than his was.
Fucking shaft hair.
Put that shit up on the fucking mantelpiece. A lot of people put ducks up there, you know what I mean, or like a deer head or something like that. You know what I mean? This man got a
Bear dick. I'll circumcise that
You
bear
ain't
dick,
gangster if
bro.
you ain't circumcised the bear.
If you ain't circumcised a bear dick, you ain't shit.
Yeah, I got the bears out here, Catholic bears.
Catholic bear dicks.
Circumcised bear dick.
This has been a fucking fantastic podcast.
Oh yeah, it kind of went
Can I
south here at
just
the
say?
end.
Can I just say that?
Careful
It's
about
been
them
amazing, dude.
Catholic dick bears. They converted,
Fucking
but they ain't trustworthy.
bear dicks. God
Nah,
damn.
Jedediah Smith was a fucking gangster, man. And
Gangster.
they sewed his face up, laying on that field. One of his homeboys, as a matter of fact, this is going to be hilarious too. This is another funny thing. Jedediah Smith, in the book like that I remember reading, it talked about him having a quote-unquote possibles bag, is what he called it. A possibles bag. Basically, this bag's got everything I could imagine for any situation possible. This was like a bag full
What
of
a
like
bad motherfucker.
his journal had needle and thread in it, had, you know, I'm sure like some sort of duct tape or binding material, you know what I mean? There was a list in the book
Yeah.
of just a small bag, you know what I mean? But it was just full of everything that you could possibly imagine was in that fucking bag, you know, that he would ever need. And in the book, he was like, you know, his face was hanging off, and the dude's like, Jeb, you don't look good, you know, and they laid him back and they gave him some whiskey. I remember that too, and he was pouring down the whiskey, which I damn sure would too if my head was fucked up.
Dude, yeah.
His face was peeling off. He was pouring down the whiskey, and they folded his face, but they put it back where it was supposed to be. And he said, "There's a needle and thread in my possibles bag." And his homeboy was nice with the needle. I remember that book said that too. That one of his homeboys was like nice with it. You know what I mean? He chose, "Hey, come here. I want you to stitch my face up." And this fucking dude went in his bag and got that needle and thread and
Holy shit.
sewed this man's face back on.
Jesus
And they
Christ.
said for the rest of his life he had a big old fucking scar in his forehead. Looked like that. It looked like a question mark from where that shit had just curled the fuck off. And they sewed it back, and so he had this scar for the rest of his life. It's all big old question mark.
Fuck.
And, he went all the way to California in the book, man. Met some, you know, native Californians, some of the Mexicans that were running California at the time. They tried to extort him and all kinds of shit. Like it was a bunch of drama.
Is the
and
whole
shit.
book about him?
Mm-hmm.
It's about his...
Talks about his childhood just a little bit. The majority of the preface, like the beginning of the book, talks about his childhood just enough to get you to know who he is and whatnot, a
Yeah.
little bit of background, and then it pretty much just slides right into
People ain't made like that
first
no
big
more,
contract. You know what I mean? Go map the West. You know, essentially, it's like somebody in St. Louis sent him out and was like, you know, go do your thing.
Bro. People ain't built like that no more. That's
Well,
a rare breed, dude.
I feel like yes and no.
I mean, think about risking your life every second of every day. You're risking your life. You could get torn the fuck to shreds by a grizzly bear and have your dick slammed, ripped off.
Mhm.
You could be fucking scalped and have a fucking fire burnt in your chest by fucking any fucking Indian that's around. That's what the Comanches did. They cut your dick off and shove it down your fucking throat and light a goddamn fire in your fucking chest or
Yeah.
skin you alive.
Yeah, some old wild ass shit.
Fucked up shit, dude. And then fuck you in your ass probably.
Comanches was some old gangsta ass.
Fucking.
The Pawnees were pretty bad too out west.
Yeah.
The Pawnee tribe was a pretty fucking aggressive
I
tribe.
believe it.
They were, the Comanches were, Blackfeet were pretty shitty.
Yeah, pretty shitty. Black
Not
people were
shitty.
pretty shitty.
Not shitty, but
I
like,
mean,
they
they
were aggressive. Like that's another very distinct.
How
tribe
can you
that I remember
not be
mentioned
aggressive
in that fucking book?
How can you not be aggressive living like off the land?
Well, the thing is that we're talking about them like I fucking said they were shitty for being aggressive, but in all reality, if you think about it, like if that was the only land that you'd ever known, the only
We're
home
fighting
that
for
you'd
it.
ever known, and this fucking white skin ass motherfucker shows up with
We're
a
fighting.
musket. Let's throw down. You know what I'm saying?
You'll
Let's
catch
throw
an arrow
down
to
right
the
now.
neck.
My point. You know what I mean? Like you getting all this work. You know what I mean?
All of it.
And I feel like it's so unfair, the narrative that we were fed that results in subconscious stuff like just happened. You know what I mean? Like me saying someone's shitty for, you know what I mean? Like scalping somebody who tried to come literally
Take their shit. It's
usurp
like somebody
your
coming
land.
in my house trying to take my house.
Yeah, come in
I'm
here
gonna
to
fucking shoot you.
rape your squaws and kill your kids and take your land. You know what I mean? Like for God's sakes, yeah, you gonna get all this work. We gonna go right now, and it's
And
just
I'm gonna
like
burn a fire in your fucking chest.
I feel like
Crack
the
your dick off.
narrative, right? I feel like the narrative coming up, like especially in schools and like as a kid, I just remember thinking like how downplayed the Trail of Tears were and how upplayed the aggression. Custer's last stand. Custer was portrayed as a hero.
Yeah.
Custer was a fucking
He's a piece of
money-hungry
shit.
mercenary that they
He's a
sent out
piece of
there to
shit.
slaughter a bunch of people. And he did it willingly because they were paying him. He didn't give a fuck. He just went
Well,
out
he
there
was the Union general in the Civil
That's
War.
what I'm saying. That's all he
and
gave
so
a fuck
and
about. He
and
just-
not Andrew Jackson, but was it Andrew Jackson? No,
probably.
maybe. But anyway, whoever was president during the Civil War fucked with Custer. Like that was his go-to.
Yeah.
Like he fucking dominated in the Civil War, so he was like, all right, all our people were getting killed in Texas or wherever. Like sent Custer
Where
down
was
there.
it? Custer's last stand. Where the fuck was that at?
I don't know, but I know they sent Custer there because he was such a badass in the Civil
Yeah.
War and he didn't play no shit.
Yeah.
And like he was a fucking piece of shit. I think a lot of what Custer cared about was like notoriety, from shit I've looked at about
Yeah.
him. Like he wanted to be fucking
I'm just out here
relevant
because
and
President
noticed.
Jackson sent me.
Yeah, like he wanted to fuck. So the first I forget the name of the battle, but the first fucking battle that Custer got in when he went out west to fuck up the Indians, because that's why they sent him there. He basically just fucking massacred a tribe that was not doing shit to anybody
Yeah.
and called it fucking protecting whatever.
In the name of
Yeah,
whatever.
dude, it was fucked up. And this is shit I saw on the History Channel. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is, like, probably accepted shit that we have accepted as a society. But think about the shit we don't hear about and the shit that we won't ever hear about because it's too fucked up
Yeah.
to put anywhere,
Yeah.
in a book or anywhere.
Well, it would make a lot of yeah.
It's fucked up. You're exactly right, dude. It's fucked up. Like, there ain't shit we can do about it, but there was a different way of life back then.
Yeah.
It's a different
Yeah, for
fucking
sure.
way of life. Like
sure.
raping, pillaging, and killing. Like that
Pillars
was
and plunder. That's some Vikings type shit. You know what I mean?
that was how it kind of had
That's
to
a
be.
lot of pent up European anger. Is what that is.
And mushrooms.
And mushrooms.
You know the Vikings ate mushrooms before they went into battle?
Really?
Yes, dude.
I
They
did
ate
not know
fucking
that.
mushrooms before they went into battle, and they were tripping, fucking cutting people's heads off and shit. Isn't that crazy? That sounds like I made that up, doesn't it?
What?
Doesn't that sound like I made that up?
That-
Google
I've
it,
never heard
goddamn
that
it.
in my
Anybody
life.
still listening to this right now,
Vikings?
Google that shit. Mushrooms. Vikings ate mushrooms before they went into battle sometimes, and would trip balls and cut motherfuckers' heads off and like drink their blood and shit. Yeah, dude. Yup.
Could you imagine you go to battle and it's just like, I may not come home, but I do this for Valhalla, you know, and you go out to battle and you fucking slaughter a bunch of people and you think you're going to get killed in the battle, but you don't. You just keep on going and going and going, and then you fucking, you know what, I'm enjoying myself a little bit too much. Let me drink some blood. And you drink some blood and you make it home from the battle. Your wife's like, oh my God, I never thought you were going to make it
You're
home
covered
from
in
the battle.
blood.
And then you die from HIV because you drank somebody's blood.
That's not what I thought you were gonna say at all, dude. What, dude?
Plot twist.
M. Night Shyamalan, Dirty White
Plot
up in this
twist.
motherfucker, boy.
I never thought you'd make it back. Well, I won't be here long.
I got the HIV, baby. Oh my God, I was not thinking that. I don't know if they actually drank people's blood, and there probably was no HIV because nobody had fucked an animal yet. Actually, they probably fucked mad animals, dude.
We're talking about Vikings, and you say no one has fucked an animal.
Don't you think they fucked animals?
You don't think I'm gonna fuck my if I'm going to
Fucking
rape, pillage, and
goats,
plunder, I'm gonna fuck my donkey on the way to
farm
the
animals
spot.
and everything. So HIV probably came fucking way back in the day, and we just didn't know about it. We just didn't have the technology to fucking detect HIV. The Vikings definitely had HIV. Bro, we're like a couple of scientists right now, bro. We just fucking figured out where HIV came from. It came from the fucking Vikings, dude.
Yeah, so they
Drinking
were,
blood.
They were eating shrooms and drinking.
They really ate shrooms, dude. You probably think I'm fucking making that up.
No,
they
I don't.
really ate mushrooms and went into battle.
I don't think you're making it up.
Amanita muscaria. It's the name of the mushroom. Isn't that Amanita muscaria? It's the red and white one.
That sounds like a fucking...
It's the one that's like Mario from Mario.
Like something from CoverGirl.
Sounds like it, don't it? Amanita
Maybe it's
muscaria. Yeah, I fucking learned so much on this podcast tonight with you, dude.
Fucking shrooms. I would have never thought that.
Chopping fucking heads, dude.
You ever listen to Viking metal?
I've heard it before.
Like Amon Amarth and shit.
I've heard it before.
One of my favorite bands.
I've heard a lot of like
Amarth.
what place is that where the death metal comes from?
Sweden,
Scandinavian, maybe.
Norway and Sweden.
Norwegian death metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the black metal and shit.
That's like fucking Vikings, right? In Norway, isn't that like the fucking Vikings?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've heard Norwegian
Amon
death
Amarth,
metal.
yeah, they're from Norway.
I forgot you listen to death metal.
Yeah.
You told me that last time we did a podcast.
Amon Amarth is really dope, man, because they've got a lot of like a really heavy riff, heavy melody driven, but like all the vocals are super harsh and all the like lyrics and shit is all like empowering about, you know, Thor, let your hammer fly, let lightning flash from the sky, you know what I mean?
They're
all this shit,
like they're
really
fucking...
like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're just a whole shit ton of like, you know, going into battle, like a whole lot of rousing.
Dude, can you imagine eating
Anthem
mushrooms and
type
going to fucking kill people?
I feel like that would be the easiest way to do it, honestly.
You think?
I feel like doing it in your right
Oh my
mind.
God,
yeah, but doing it in your
dude.
right mind has got to be way more damaging than just like, you know what I mean? If you take
I'd
shrooms-
rather be hammered. Drunk.
Yeah, but then
Fuck
but then
yeah.
your coordination's gonna be off. Though.
Yeah, but I need to be drunk if I'm going to go fucking...
But you gonna die though.
You think?
You can't get drunk and go into battle.
Yeah, if you do mushrooms, you can see shit before it happens.
My point. If you,
You're
that's some
right,
hyper-aware type shit. The mushrooms, that's like fucking. That was the Vikings' equivalent of like popping a couple of
Yeah.
Adderall and doing your homework. You know what I mean? Like, do
dude.
shrooms and go to battle, man. Because you know what I mean. Like you see everything.
Fuck.
You're hyper-aware. Everything's making more
Hyper-aware,
colors.
yes.
Small movements are accentuated. You know what I mean? Like you see
Yeah,
patterns
so they're
and
like
stuff. Like it's
dodging
easy to
shit,
duck and dodge and
fucking-
fucking hack and. You gotta
Hitting them with
imagine
them spike balls with
yeah,
the fucking chains on them,
yeah,
maces.
Yeah,
Isn't that what they're called?
Yeah,
Maces?
Yeah, mace. Yeah,
Bro, imagine hitting somebody with a fucking mace.
spiked mace. And you
This
gotta,
podcast
like,
got super violent, bro. We
dislodge it
got
out of their
super
head. You gotta,
violent.
like, should have took a
You
mace
just
down
rip
there.
their dick off
the
and
valley
just
with the dick
fucking-
bears. Dick bears. I'm taking a mace.
That's got to be the name of this podcast, Dick Bears.
I'm taking a mace to Dick Bear Valley.
Couple of dick bears. God damn. All right, we're done. Thank you guys for listening. That was fucking phenomenal. I love doing podcasts with you, dog. Let's do another one with Breeze and talk about dick bears. You need to plug anything else? Your Instagram, Facebook? What you got for me, big dog?
I can't recover from that, man. That's where I don't know what I'm gonna do. Careful down there in Dick Bear Valley.
Dick Bear
Take your
Valley.
mace. Take your
I
mace
think
with you.
this podcast should be called Dick Bear Valley. Dick Bear fucking Valley, dude. DBV, bro.
That's the name of the episode. Dick Bear Valley,
DBV, bro.
No one's gonna know why. And the thing is, we didn't start talking about it towards the end, so they're gonna have to listen.
How
to the
long have
entire
we been
podcast.
talking?
I don't know.
Hour and 42 minutes, not that long.
Not too bad. Yeah, that's fucking funny.
Plug your shit.
Dick Bears.
What you got?
Yeah, so everybody go out and please subscribe to the YouTube channel. youtube.com/DirtyFWhite. All the social media is DirtyFWhite. Super easy. The main thing that I'm plugging right now is the fact that as soon as my last video on my page hits 1,000, that's my trigger to drop this brand new heat. The one
On
that
your
I've been
Facebook page?
promoting on my YouTube.
YouTube page.
So the last video that I
1,000
dropped
likes
was
or
called "Love Me,
views?
Show Me, View Me." Views. "Love Me, Show Me" is the last video. It's like 800 and something, a couple months old. So I could definitely use some more love on it. I'm trying to promote the YouTube as much as possible. I'm putting all my effort into
How am I not? How was I not subscribed to your
Visuals
shit? That's
this
fucking
year.
ridiculous.
No, you're good.
I'm subscribed now. Chloe's
The
song.
fucking so Chloe's song.
Love Me, Show Me.
Love Me,
That
Show Me.
849. You're
Yeah,
at 849.
So I'm trying to hit 1K, and that'll trigger me to
Let's
drop
share
this new video. It's going to be for this feeling. I went to a big giant warehouse. I set off a bunch of smoke bombs. I had a half naked chick come lay on a table with a leash around her neck and stuff like
I
that.
mean,
So
we got to get this thing to 1,000 so I can jerk off to your music video. I'm about to share it on my Facebook.
shout out to Sammy, man. She did her thing.
Not
did her
Sammy
thing.
Rats.
Yeah.
That's my homie.
Really?
Yeah, Sammy's. I've known Sammy my whole
Yeah,
life.
that's fucked up. You gonna jerk to Sammy?
That's
No,
my
I'm fucking
homie.
with
That's my homie,
She
bro.
did a video, man. She
Yeah,
did
hell
her
yeah.
thing,
Sammy's
man.
beautiful.
She did her thing, man. Go look on my Instagram, man. There's a clip. Yeah, she came
I'm
out.
so sorry. I'm not up on.
She smashed on
I
it, man.
just-
It's all right. I'm just constantly on all my media, my social media, Facebook. There's a Facebook page, Twitter page, Snapchat, all that good shit. I'm on all of it, posting.
Fuck, do I say?
But they fucking
share
so
this.
that's gonna be the next project, man. This feeling, I'm really excited about that. I've got this song called Reasons that I wrote years and years ago. It's a piano ballad. It's one of my
I think
favorite.
I've heard that. I think you
Yeah.
let me hear it when you
I
were.
don't wanna know. It's like
Yeah.
a big piano ballad. So
Yes,
just
and I
shot-
told you, what the fuck? Why do we not have that out?
Well, it's dropping. I just went and
Fucking
shot
beautiful.
I went and shot the video for it Thursday in Raleigh at a White Room studio, and it was really nice.
Oh
Big
man,
grand
I'm
piano,
stoked about that one.
big grand piano and all that shit. So it looks really nice. Shout out to Jason King for the edit.
That's what you said. You said on the last one you were like, I don't have anywhere with the big grand piano.
I found a place finally.
Okay, yeah,
So-
because I remember you talking about that
So,
last time.
I'm sitting on that video. That's another beautiful thing that I'm really excited about and really wanna drop really badly. And then after that, the next video that's going to drop is going to be for that song Reckless and Romance. I'm shooting a performance video in Raleigh on the 31st of this month. I'm driving up there to the same exact White Room studio. I actually
Shared
had
it.
my buddy, I
Bam.
appreciate that, I had my buddy John's wife create like a dope backdrop of like the universe. It's like a static shot of like the universe, stars changing and stuff. And then the lyrics flash across the screen. So I'm going to bring Jason's projector with him, and we're going to set that up behind me, and we're going to project that huge galaxy
sick.
type thing on the White Room, and then have me stand with my mic in front of it and perform, so you can actually see the lyrics like slashing by, behind me on the white, projector.
Fuck yeah.
It's gonna be a vibe. It's gonna be really dope. I'm excited about it. So shout out to Illy Rock for shooting that with me. So a lot of visuals. I'm just trying to highly promote the YouTube as much as possible. The visuals are cool. I have people sometimes that they'll hook my shit up on a TV, you know what I mean, or something, and just be playing my music videos on a TV and like send me a video of it, or send
Yeah,
me
it's cool as
send me a
fuck.
screen recording of them, like watching it on their phone or whatever. And that
Breeze
shit,
did that
honestly,
for
just-
us when we did the podcast. Do you remember
Bruh,
that?
Yeah.
He was
makes-
watching it in the Kava bar.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
just put it on the TV there at the fucking
Yeah.
the top TV. Yeah, I don't know. It just makes my day more than anyone can ever imagine. You know what I'm saying? When I get that type of love, because I'm not out here doing it for the fame necessarily. You know what I mean? It'd be nice to make some money off music eventually.
It's a matter of time, my man.
But I think really what's important is capturing a feeling, capturing an experience. Capturing a vibe, and I'm just really psyched about the shit that's coming up. So
Fuck yeah.
I appreciate you having me
Let's
out.
do
man.
another one soon.
Yeah,
Let's
with
get
it.
Breeze.
I was about to say, we
Shoot the
really
shit.
need to. We really need
I
to
just
bring
have
him
fun
out.
doing these with you because I can go off on these fucking ridiculous tangents, and you're just gonna feed me, bro. That's what we do. We just fucking talked
I'll
about
feed you,
dick
just don't
bears, bro.
Feed them dick bears.
Y'all check his shit out. Fucking show my man love. I'm gonna share your shit. You fucking always need to just let me know what you need shared, and I'll share it for you. I don't really get on to like state my opinion on shit because nobody gives a fuck. So I will share your shit though. I
That's-
share my podcast. That's it.
That's all I
That's all
use
I
it
do.
for. That's all I use
Yeah,
it
that's
for.
all I do.
I don't post a whole lot of political
I don't
shit.
read
I don't post
shit,
a whole lot
and I
of
don't
personal
even
shit.
read comments or likes
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
I don't. I'm just that's just where
It's
I'm
more
at.
about the content. That's what I'm saying.
That's just where
it's
I'm at.
irrelevant. Just put the shit out there and let it be. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Let it breathe.
maybe one day I'll care more, but I just don't right now. I mean, I'm not like, I don't know. I just feel like
You shouldn't let
it
your-
takes up so much of my brain
Yeah.
space that I need to give to
Other shit.
these people.
Yeah.
So it's like I've been fucking way happier. I've been way happier to just let it be. Like you said, post it, leave it, bam. Appreciate all the love, but like I'm not gonna tell you that. I mean, I should, but
Yeah.
I'm not.
Well, it's all about functionality. You know what I mean? If you're using it as a tool, and it's a dangerous game to play because like
I'm
I'm
like,
I'm
yeah,
very much
addicted
still on it. I'm very
personality.
much still like using it as a tool, But it's super easy to find myself. Like my cousin gave me some good advice. He's like, if you find yourself scrolling, you fucking up. I'm like, oh,
You're
damn,
wasting
that is a
time.
good idea.
You're wasting fucking
You got a damn
precious
point.
time,
'Cause
dude.
you post something, and your immediate reaction after posting it is go,
Scroll.
oh, okay, let's see what's up.
I deleted the apps. I only log on through the internet now.
Just to fucking.
The apps are what's addictive. The way the apps are set up. So
Yeah.
I just log on through the internet and fucking do it like that. But it's really not user friendly at all. Fucking sucks.
Well,
That's why it's not addictive.
yeah.
But
Because it takes
yeah.
because it's so much of a pain in the ass to get on and use.
Well, thank y'all for listening to the podcast.
Yeah,
Thank you for doing the
absolutely.
podcast.
Yeah,
I want
for
you
sure.
to come back.
More than
I'm
happy.
glad you like the studio.
More than happy. Yeah, it looks dope as fuck.
I knew you would like it. But yeah, thank you to everybody who listened. And we love you. And we'll be back soon.